Gentlemen of the jury, we all lived through the 70s. The clothes, the music, the heartwarming but rarely amusing Ziggy cartoons. Now, later, who are we to look at these two fine young men and say, you there, I sit in judgment of you.
Riddle me this.
But there could be more to the case than meets the eye.
Hadouken! Your soul is mine.
You seem to be well grounded in the case file, Detective.
Tyrannosaurus! The soul is mine.
Or the stone pudding or something. I mix up some herbs and I come up with a dandy glass of this bicarbonate of fig leaf.
But there could be more to the case than meets the eye.
Always winterize your pants. Your soul is mine.
By your powers combined.
You seem to be well grounded in the case file, Detective.
But there could be more to the case than meets the eye.
Why so serious? Riddle me this.
Haven't had a lot of company in a long time, but if I were expecting some, I'd whip up a really substantial meal. You see how strong I am? From eating all of this stuff.
Tyrannosaurus! Your soul is mine.
But there could be more to the case than meets the eye.
Hadouken!
By your powers combined.
You seem to be well grounded in the case file, Detective.
What are you going to do, Space Ghost?
I'm combining the stun ray with the force energy power.
But there could be more to the case than meets the eye.
Your soul is mine. Riddle me this. Why so serious? Tyrannosaurus! Always winterize your pants.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we all lived through the 70s. The clothes, the music, the heartwarming but rarely amusing Ziggy cartoons. Now, later, who are we to look at these two fine young men and say, you there, I sit in judgment of you.
Why so serious? Hadouken!
But there could be more to the case than meets the eye.
Your soul is mine.
Yoga, rain.
Why so serious?
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we all lived through the 70s. The clothes, the music, the heartwarming but rarely amusing Ziggy cartoons. Now, later, who are we to look at these two fine young men and say, you there, I sit in judgment of you.
You seem to be well grounded in the case file, Detective.
But there could be more to the case than meets the eye.
Always winterize your pants.
Or the stone pudding or something. I mix up some herbs and I come up with a dandy glass of this bicarbonate of fig leaf.
Riddle me this. Your soul is mine.
By your powers combined,
Hadouken!
Yoga, rain.
Why so serious?
But there could be more to the case than meets the eye.
Riddle me this.
The SoulProvider.
Alright, what is up guys, SoulProvider from the Nerd Pill. Be sure to like the video, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. This is Otaku Jump Podcast episode 22, I believe we're on. Shout out to everyone on the channel for supporting the latest videos that we had on the channel. We had a lot going on with the fall season, of course. Gundam, we had Blue Lock, which was amazing. We also had My Hero Academia's back. And then even next week, or at least tomorrow, we got Bleach, we got Chainsaw Man, Mob Psycho, all this good shit's coming on the fall season, man. You can check us out on the playback. The last episode is on my channel. Also, you have the option to check us out on Spotify, Google Podcast, Stitcher, and Anchor. You can check those links out in the description, of course. We're here with the co-host. What's going on, Eisen? What's up?
What's good, everybody? Man, just ready to get this thing going. We got a lot to cover here, and want to have some fun while doing it.
Alrighty, what's going on, Lawrence? What's up?
Shalom, everybody. I'm glad to be here as usual. It's been a bit. Got some real good topics for everybody, and hey, let's have some fun.
All right, and our newest Otaku from Otaku Jump Podcast. What's going on, Citizen Lou? What's up?
What's going on, man? Buenas tardes. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Ready to get the nerd talk going? I love it, man. Let's go.
All right, man. So we, of course, added another otaku to Otaku Jump Podcast. Of course, we're all from different sides of the world. I've known Lou for a while. He's in the Oasis. So actually, what's funny was he was actually supposed to appear later, but we're like, F that shit. Might as well get him into the nerd flow and start him early so he'll get used to it next year and shit. So the training boots are on, but we got you early into the world, into the metaverse, the nerd metaverse. So we got you started. So we got a couple. Go ahead, Lawrence.
Yeah, we got to make it official. So okay. Let me do this real quick. Hey Lou. You're in my spot.
Ha.
On the panel.
You know, that's a good point. We don't have any traditions for like new blood. That's a good point, Lawrence. That's a good point. He's the first new blood. Okay,
that's right. That's right.
Yeah,
but
that's
you're
a
in my
good
spot.
But no, I think Lou will be fine. I mean, we're almost at a year, anyways, right here. So
we're in a year mark like next month, I think.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, crazy, man. So, let's go back to the polls. The latest poll today, I switched it up with the topic. So today was this music poll. What was the best genre people had and their opinions on the genres? So we had 26 votes so far. You can still vote. It only came out today. So we have electric dance music, EDM, 8%, hip hop and rap, 73%, which is dominating the polls right now. Indie and alternative rock 4%, K-pop 4%, R&B 12%. Now, obviously, there's different genres I could have put in here. It was kind of tough because there's just too many of them. But hip hop and rap winning. Okay, I thought honestly, I thought maybe would have been a bit more rock. I'm kind of a little bit depressed about that, but I don't mind hip hop and rap being in there because that it's a huge umbrella. What do you think? Well, actually, no. Yeah, go ahead, Isa. What do you think about the music poll? What's your opinion on genres?
It's not really surprising in a way. I think with the guys that you have that we see that frequent, especially that frequent here, it to me it's kind of expected. But I am surprised about the Indian alternative rock, having nothing.
Super shocking.
But but the the hip hop and rap, winning, being leading the way. So not really that surprising. That's all I got.
Okay. Lawrence, what do you think about the music genres? And so far, hip hop and rap being 73% so far. What do you think?
Well, I'm pretty much with Eisen. I mean, I didn't expect anything different. On the one hand, it's kind of sad. I would like, people to have a broader scope of musical taste, but it is what it is. And on the other end, it can't be denied considering it's influencing everything else, even on that broader spectrum. So I mean, you're going to get it no matter what. You go to rock's got some of it in there. You go to classical, even classical musicians are starting to do hip hops in their symphonies. And so it makes sense to me. It's not surprising. I'm with Eisen. It's not surprising at all.
Now, I will say, don't get me wrong. I ain't gonna lie, I picked it, but I do listen to a broader spectrum of music. Even rock. I even go into the Japanese stuff, so I know some of their bands and stuff. Yeah.
Well, I know you do. I was just talking in the general sense, because in the general sense, the vast majority of people I meet, they not as spread over a variety of genres like we are.
Well, I would say that I would argue to say that the content we take in exposes us to more as far as music wise. But my bad, y'all two go ahead.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're good. And Lou, what do you think about the music genre with the rap being 73%? What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's just a tell sign of the demographics. I think when you talk about the internet right now, hip hop and rap is pretty much dominates the internet, dude. And I agree with Eisen too. I think it might be surprising because when you watch an anime, you are exposed to more hip hop. I mean, excuse me, different genres of music. But I'm not surprised though. I think hip hop is taking over the world. I think it's like I said, you even see it. They use it in montage. Like anime montage. Well, they had a lot of Linkin Park ones.
Yeah, right.
But those AMVs, those Sasuke and Naruto battles, they always had.
Right.
But I'm not surprised though.
I was gonna say, and other nations have their own, other cultures rather have their own version of rap and hip hop as well. So
look up Japanese rap, dude. Hood rap, bro. Look at that shit up.
I've listened to it. Yes.
Yeah. I use Spanish rap when I was learning Spanish. I was
can't forget about
Spanish
that.
Rap.
Yeah, I mean, dude, K-pop, anybody?
Yeah,
nah, it's K-pop. Is K-pop rap?
I don't know if it's rap.
Nah,
or hip hop.
Nah, that's not. Nah, K-pop's just like Korean pop music. right?
Well, it's Korean pop music mixed with hip hop, but
Oh,
there
okay.
are certain groups where they try to do small lyrical moments like they're trying to rap. But as far as it goes for hardcore rapping, no, you're right. That doesn't exist for them.
You,
But they do. But you can hear in some of their songs they're trying to get there.
I would go as far also to say that where we at in 2022, you could tell over the past few years that rap and hip hop have been influenced by pop in general as well. It's almost like they're trying to merge to me, but
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I would agree with that. I would absolutely agree with that.
And what I would, what I could have done probably, I probably could have switched out some genres. So like I said, I'm just saying indie and ultra rock. I could have just said rock, maybe
right.
got a different result, with that.
Classic or hard rock or classic and alternative,
yeah. Maybe take out R&B. I still don't get how R&B won. Well, it got second place.
Demographics.
Yeah, I guess.
Come on, yo, demographics. So,
or like I would have put instrumental or something. Maybe I should have put that in there.
No, you can't put instrumental because everybody would have immediately went to elevator music. That's what they would have did.
Right. Oh,
and
okay. Well, that's
so,
yeah. Go ahead.
I'm curious if you
just
divided hip hop.
Letting you guys know. Sorry about that. I was late.
Oh no, you're good.
Okay.
Go ahead, Luke.
Now I was just saying, I think that I'd be more interested to see if you broke it down like 80s hip hop rap, 90s hip hop rap, 2000s now
eras, different eras.
Yeah, different eras. I'm actually curious on what the poll would be on that.
Well,
I would be curious about.
Well, it would still break down in the demographics at the end of the day. It would just be age demographics instead.
Yeah.
Because if I come in there, of course, I'm going to pick the 80s because I'm going to be thinking about Grandmaster Flash, Cool Mo D, you know what I'm saying? Two Live Crew, all of that. But then you have other people who come in.
I'm going 90s to early 2000s.
Exactly.
But based on Soul's demographics here is probably going to be the 2010s and later.
I'm picking 2000.
I'm probably
right out the gate. Yeah, because right out the gate. Because right out the gate, I'm automatically gonna go back to 1977. Sugar Hill Gang, Life.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's not surprising. Lawrence is the old guy on the block.
He the OG though. He the Otaku.
Yeah. So like I said, it's gonna break down in demographics. It'll just be for age instead.
And I was just that's why I was getting at the age. What would probably win would be the 2010s and later, just because Soul has a traffic. Yeah, well, that and you got a lot of younger. You got a younger audience here. I think. Yeah. So that's what they would go with. But
let me go to Omega. Omega. So the music poll we had was rap won 73%, EDM was 8%, indie and K-pop were 4%, and R&B was 12%. What are your thoughts on the question? What's your thoughts on the rap genre being 73% and winning?
Wait. He gets the answer?
Yeah, he gets the answer. He's here.
He was
late. He showed up late.
Wait.
I was kind of late, but I mean, I still involved myself in the poll. But
nah, man, we don't appreciate that.
Man, Lawrence coming in with the seniority.
Hey, well, I mean, to be fair, Lawrence is correct though. When she late, you kind of
I'm saying you didn't.
I guess it's just my input. Yeah, I mean, I've put it like this. My genre is rap. I mean, my genre is not really even rap.
Yeah, like I said, mute his mic and move on.
Golly.
Hey, you gotta learn, right?
That's that executive balls coming out in him.
Yeah.
Next time don't be on black time, right?
But in all seriousness, though, I know Omega and I have talked about this in the back chat. Because if I remember correctly, Omega, you lean more towards rock like I do.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because I've heard you play your electric guitar. So So I knew you lean more towards rock than hip hop. So
yeah, I for the most part, I would say my input would just be pretty much lackadaisical.
I ain't gonna lie. I think for me,
I appreciate my input. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So we can move forward.
No problem. So the next poll. So what was the worst X-Men movie ever? We had 100 votes total, so shout out to the Nerd Pill. Shout out to y'all. 100 votes. So winning was the worst X-Men movie was Dark Phoenix from 2019 with 65%. This was crazy. So then we had 14% The New Mutants from 2020, 8% X-Men Apocalypse 2016, and we had X-Men The Last Stand came out in 2006, 7%. And last place, which was so weird to me, was X-Men Origins Wolverine 2009, 6%. So I understand Dark Phoenix being like the worst, but how the hell did Wolverine Origins get the lowest percent votes on the worst movie?
My point.
That's crazy.
My point exactly.
Because Apocalypse, I don't think that was that bad. No, maybe not the best. Wait, maybe not the best, but
it was the worst.
What?
I wouldn't say the worst, but I mean Origins.
Well, yeah, Wolverine, X-Men Origins Wolverine. That one, his solo movie, it was terrible.
Yeah, but go ahead, Isaac.
Well, let me ask y'all this though.
Did
y'all see the unfinished bootleg one?
Yeah, I saw the bootleg.
No, I didn't do the bootleg.
I didn't do the bootleg.
See, a lot of people saw that bootleg one and they judge it off that because it was unfinished. They had the green screen in the back, Wolverine and Sabretooth.
Oh damn!
You can see the harness, them flying.
The harness
it was terrible.
Yeah. But I'm gonna be honest. But the Dark Phoenix was complete garbage.
It was.
Don't get me. It was garbage, but Apocalypse.
It was not that bad. Apocalypse.
I liked Apocalypse way more than I did Phoenix because I was like, we just went. It's weird. The story of the Phoenix is like thrown into parallel universes and shit. It's like the young Phoenix, and then we saw the old Phoenix. Like, what's going on?
I think
here?
for me, because Origins was so far removed. Last Stand was too. They were both terrible.
Yeah, Last Stand was bad.
But Apocalypse was the one that was stuck out more to me because it was so bad. And then, so when I got to Dark Phoenix, I had no expectations.
Okay.
You know? and I didn't even know they came out with the New Mutants in 2020.
Yeah.
To even boycott it on purpose.
So okay, so the New Mutants it was really depressing to watch New Mutants. Like that shit was just depressing. It had a good premise, they just fucked that shit up. But in my order, I would say the worst one was Origins Wolverine. That's like the worst one. Second place, or actually tie Dark Phoenix. I would tie Dark Phoenix and Origins as the worst X-Men movies. Then I would go next.
I think you could throw.
I would go to Last Stand, then maybe New Mutants, and then the least would be Apocalypse. That's my order.
Last Stand had that. Don't you know who I am? I'm the Juggernaut.
Yeah,
that's the one. That was Last Stand. Right?
Yeah, that was
that was that one.
But I mean, Apocalypse was so fucked up, man. It was terrible, man.
I mean, I'm not saying it's perfect, but there's no way it should be the least.
I think I'm gonna say this. I think Lawrence could understand why I'm saying it because I've read the fucking comic books to know how far removed.
Yeah, I'm not a
it
comic
was for Apocalypse and all of that shit. It was terrible how they done Apocalypse.
Well, I have 2 points. The first one is I don't even know why we're counting New Mutants. That is not an X-Men film. Sorry.
Damn.
It just isn't. It has nothing.
No, I get what he's saying.
It has nothing to do with the X-Men. It has nothing to do per se with mutants per se. They tried to move away from that concept. I wouldn't even put New Mutants shouldn't have even been on the list in my opinion. As far as it goes for X-Men Last Stand and X-Men Dark Phoenix. Okay, first of all, why are we counting them as two separate things? They're the same movie made by the same dude.
Yeah, and you're right. And Jean Grey is OP in both of them, so it is kind of funny.
Yeah, because Last Stand was about her turning into the Dark Phoenix as well.
Yeah.
So as far as I'm
continuation,
yeah, it's the same group of writers, it's the same director for both those movies. That's why they both suck. So to me, I think it's just a sequel to the first one. I mean, that's just me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
I would tie. Yeah, I would do what Soul did. I would tie them both as the worst, and then I don't. Okay, so you said it was Dark Phoenix, Last Stand. I got them tied for the worst, and then the second you said Origins. Origins was horrible. That's one where Deadpool got his mouth title. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, the original
and then
Deadpool.
I didn't see New Mutants. I didn't see New Mutants.
I'm just gonna go ahead and go there.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see New Mutants, and then off the premise that Lawrence made, okay,
it's not even worth watching, honestly.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't even know about it.
Yeah, I didn't know about it either.
I gave it a shot because
I gave it a shot. Yeah, at least once.
I didn't know about it.
Watch it.
I didn't watch it. I didn't know about it until the poll. I'm gonna be real.
Really?
I just like the fact
yes, I
that
swear.
Whoa, damn.
I'm for real.
This my first time hearing about it. I'm gonna keep it 100 grand.
God damn.
I had no.
Is it that trash?
Yeah, it wasn't in
God damn.
I read a little of the comic book like online, so like I was more intrigued, but I was mostly just more gravitating to that it incorporated horror elements into it.
Yeah, right.
Like this
that was
new
that was the whole gimmick that they were trying to go
Yeah.
for.
Yeah, they definitely went that direction.
Okay,
and
so
that's my point because that's my point because like I said, I haven't watched it either.
Well, you guys do know New Mutants is basically like the more I want to say in that legacy or whatever the comics, it was introducing more young mutants, but also the combination of supernatural mutants. Like some of them are not even mutants at all. They get like supernatural ties. So like especially magic. Which
no. That's I get what you're saying, but that wasn't it. Because in the comics, what happened is Professor Xavier thought the X-Men were lost in space in the Shi'ar Empire. So Moira talked him, and instead of becoming depressed, to try again with a new class. That's how we got the new mutants. As far as it goes for the supernatural elements, it was only 2, and it had nothing to do with the whole concept of the story. It was just a sidebar. Because you got Daniel Moonstar or Dani, who can psychically create people's fears. She comes from a Native American background, so they threw that spiritual aspect of the supernatural.
That's
and
how
then
they
and then in
Demon
addition
Bear,
to
right?
that, Demon Bear, yeah. And then in addition to that, later on they threw in Colossus's sister Ilyana, who has supernatural powers because she was trapped as a kid in limbo with the demon Belasco, but her mutant power is stepping stones where she can teleport.
Oh, okay.
So those the supernatural aspect was just a sidebar. That wasn't the overall. You know what I'm saying? But, thank you.
If I was correct, she was dealing with magic though. She ended up. I don't know. I know for a fact her form is like a demon, kind of like gets the horns and the.
That's only because of the soul sword she's got, and all the powers of Limbo are in that sword. So when she draws that sword, she takes on that demon persona. As a matter of fact, there was a time frame where she passed the sword on to Kitty, and Kitty could do the same thing.
Yeah, I remember. There's actually a book showing her like kind of in her. I mean, of course, they kind of try to hype her sexuality. Yeah, she was in a negligee, but she was in a pentagram circle.
And I know what you're talking about.
Dealing with that shit, yeah,
I know what you're talking about. But I'm just not to sidestep because I want to get back to the thing. But I just wanted to clarify that it was literally meant to be the new class of X-Men. That was the game plan.
But you know what? It seemed like MCU went in that direction so they could kind of go into more of a supernatural route. Because then we got what was that? We got Doctor Strange, and then now we're getting all the Werewolf by Night. We got Mobius. It's like
Blade, Moon Knight.
Yeah, like the Sons of Midnight.
Sons of Midnight.
Yeah, it looks like they're going in that direction.
All right, got another poll, guys. Got another poll.
Yep. Okay.
All right, so the last poll because we had a lot. So this one was the next one was. So we talked about the worst X-Men movie. Now what is the worst DC movie ever? So this one we had 112 votes. So shout out to Nerdpill once again for voting on the poll. So this one winner goes to Wonder Woman 1984, which I call Lasso 1984. So that one got 43%. Came out 2020. We had 19% for Green Lantern 2011, Ryan Reynolds. Catwoman, Halle Berry's 2004 movie, 14%. Steel with Shaq, 1997, 7%. I don't know why that's funny to me, but it was actually a good movie, so no surprise there. And Batman and Robin with George Clooney, 1997, with 17%. So, Eisen, what do you think? What's your thoughts on Lasso 1984 winning on this one?
This just goes to prove my point about the demographics you have here. That is the latest movie. So for a lot of the younger people, yeah, that of course would be what they pick. Yeah, Catwoman was bad. Still, I can't say Steel was great.
It wasn't, but it wasn't like bad, like as bad as like Green Lantern.
I don't think it was trash, but
I'm not gonna say it was trash.
For its time, it wasn't bad.
I can't.
90s.
I'd say for the 90s, it was.
I'm just gonna say this: it's not something to be taken seriously.
No.
It was a comedy, so I can't. But I'm not gonna lie. I picked Batman and Robin because that shit was so freaking horrible.
Yeah.
It was god awful.
Well, it's comedy though for the lines, the dialogue that was crazy.
Man, the dialogue wasn't even hilarious. It was cheesy.
What?
It was cheesy, terrible, man.
Dude, always winterize your pipes. What? That shit was
man. Come on now. So it was terrible, man. It was terrible, man.
Okay, Lou, what do you think?
Terrible.
What do you think about the worst DC movies?
Man, you know, so I'm gonna tell you what I voted Green Lantern. The CGI, the writing. If it's not Jon Stewart, I'm not rocking with it. You know what I'm saying? It's fuck Hal Jordan for me.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how I kind of look at it. The Wonder Woman one, it wasn't that good either. And I'm gonna be honest.
I didn't look at it, so.
Yeah, and Eisen, I'm with you on the Batman and Robin. See, the reason why I didn't pick that one because normally I pick that one when it's like worst Batman movie of all time. You know, Batman has so many movies. I think he has more movies than anybody in DC, if I'm not mistaken, right? So I normally put Batman and Robin in the worst Batman movie category because it was some trash on this list. So you're not. But yeah, I picked the Green Lantern. I just think that the story, the CGI, Ryan Reynolds was kind of trash in it. That was just the worst for me.
Okay. Omega, what do you think? Worst DC movie? What do you think about the Wonder Woman winning the worst one? What do you think?
Well, I'm gonna go definitely against the grain on that because I thought the first Wonder Woman was amazing. Now 1984,
yeah, the first one was good. I agree.
The first one was exceptionally good. But I picked Green Lantern. I'm sorry, it's just the CGI suit and just for the most part, the acting was good. Like, from the actors, but just the whole I don't know. I didn't like too much the like even the action seemed kind of dull. So yeah.
Okay. Lawrence, what do you think about the worst DC movies and the poll going to Wonder Woman, the sequel?
I think, in my personal opinion, the one that should be number one but never will because hot chicks are involved should be Catwoman.
Right. Okay.
And here's the reason. And like I said, it will never be number one because people are too busy paying attention to chicks and hot.
It's easy to forget.
We're talking about
that's
the two
what I was
top.
gonna say last year.
We're talking about the two hottest chicks at the time, which was Halle Berry and Sharon Stone. I mean, Sharon Stone had pretty much just came off of Basic Instinct. So, but the reason I make it the worst is because unlike all the other movies, that movie has nothing to do with the actual character.
Good point.
Do I have an echo?
No, you're good. You're good, Lou.
Okay, my thing was flash. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's my reason for why it's number one. Not only was it because in Batman and Robin, you had bad dialogue but good actors.
Can y'all stop? It wasn't bad. It was hilarious. What are y'all talking about?
No.
It was god awful.
No one was.
Listen what I'm saying. But listen to what I'm saying. Bad dialogue didn't mean it was necessarily an overall bad movie. It was just bad writing. The actors themselves pulled out the best they could from it, but you still had relatively decent actors. Realistically speaking, with Catwoman, Halle Berry and Sharon Stone are not top-notch actors, regardless of what people say or whatever awards they've gotten. And again, to make matters worse, it had nothing to do with the actual comic book character. It was a totally different character, totally different origin, totally different concept. They just slapped the name Catwoman on it and gave her a furry mask. That was it. That's why, to me, it's the worst, because it really has nothing to do with the comic character.
Hey, so you defending this?
I'm not defending the movie, but I'm defending the dialogue for being funny. That's all I'm saying.
Well, it was funny in a cheesy.
It had hilarious parts, but
man,
come on, dude.
That shit wasn't funny to me. I'm gonna be honest.
I guess
that shit wasn't funny.
Yeah,
It was cheesy.
That was corny as fuck,
It
though.
was funny as
see
fuck.
that credit card.
Man, that movie was corny and cheesy.
How did he freeze Rob? Remember he froze Robin in midair?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that part makes you kind of want to rewind.
They
hit their boots and they had skates and shit playing hockey.
Oh, they had the skates.
Don't forget the bat nipples.
Yes. Well, they had nipples on the suit,
and then they say
that part I never got. Why put nipples in your suit?
And then they had the surfboard down the sky and shit.
No, and then didn't Batman have like a hockey stick?
Yeah, they had. Oh no, they got it from the enemies and shit.
It
wasn't his own. Yeah.
Didn't they show a bat credit card?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
That part was
corny.
It was corny.
No, wait. They're basically promoting investment. I mean, how's that a bad thing?
Yeah, man, come on, Soul. You can't make that shit look good, dog.
It's promoting debt.
The writing was all around terrible. Yes, they had good actors, but that shit was horrible. I will say the only reason why I didn't think about Catwoman because the shit was easily forgettable because it was so bad.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
Yeah. Batman and Robin was so terrible that I mean, it just stands out.
Yeah,
but that credit card was like, isn't that kind of sus? Like you giving up your identity? Like why is Bruce Wayne with the bat credit card?
I mean, don't they like track transactions in the IRS? How did they not know Batman? He buying all these Kevlar vests and how did they not know?
Well, don't you know he's a millionaire, so he's got hidden offshore accounts.
I thought he was a billionaire.
Oh, he's a billionaire, but
back then he was a millionaire, wasn't he?
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, but I tell you this, it's all on Joe Schumacher because he wanted to go back to the 1966 Adam West thing. That's all that was about. He said so.
Yes, I never liked it, but and I will say this: the reason why I didn't do Green Lantern, for me, Green Lantern was mediocre, just because that I'm with Lou on the fact that Stewart is a more interesting Green Lantern. And that whole parallax shit, that shit was terrible in the comics too. People didn't even like that from the comics that much. Really, it was a terrible storyline.
That's why they fixed it.
Yeah, it was just terrible.
Yeah, and Green Lantern is the weakest. If it's not John Stewart, it's the weakest because, like you said, John Stewart has the most depth, and then because he already has
Kyle Rayner's a good one. He's a pretty good Lantern.
Now that's the third one, right? That's the one after John, right?
No, well, it's not the third one. I think he's like the fifth.
Okay.
He's the fourth.
That's a lot of them.
He's the fourth one. Because it was
I thought he was the fifth.
No, it was.
I thought Guy Gardner was before him too.
That's what I was going to say. It's Hal, it's Guy, it's John, and then it's Kyle.
Well,
that's
actually,
right. I thought John
my bad. I was going to go with the Green Guardsman before that, but that's a different universe, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. So Lou, it depends on what story version that you get at the time.
No, you're right. John is the fourth. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
But each one of them, because if I remember, Hal has the greatest willpower out of everybody. John is the one whose constructs are actually solid. he literally builds them from the inside out as if they were real.
Right.
Guy's willpower is so volatile. His ring is always sparking, always, even when it's not in use. And where Kyle is concerned, he's the artistic one. So
You know, it would explain his personality. And also, Guy Gardner seems like he has almost a. I don't know. I always seen his suit, and I was like, "Damn, his suit is dope." Like that jacket.
Yeah.
He used his outfit always looks dope, but the whole sparking thing makes sense to his personality.
All right, let me go ahead and get on to the first articles. Damn, we took a lot of time on this polls, but they were good polls though. So yeah, that's good.
My bad.
Yeah, my bad.
oh, you could do a whole show on the polls, man. That was fun.
Yeah, I'm glad y'all enjoy it. But okay, all right. First poll, first news actually. So Google has announced that it's winding down its Stadia video game streaming service and will shut it down in January next year. So there was a new blog post. The search engine company revealed that Stadia isn't gaining the traction that users that they expected. As a result, the company has made it the difficult decision to begin winding down the service. That's cap. That's not difficult. Obviously, they were making money. Gamers didn't care about this the Stadia, so that's why they're shutting it down. It says Google will be refunding users who purchased either hardware or games from Google and Stadia. So not surprised. You know, there's too many. Nintendo pretty much owns the handheld market now. Steam, they do have the Steam Deck, which I've heard good reviews from. But when it comes to handhelds, I think that's pretty much what gamers are choosing, either the Steam Decks or Nintendo, and they're pretty much solid because you got Switch, so which is technically a hybrid. So I didn't really see like what are you offering me to even buy a Stadia handheld? Like what are you offering me that I can't get from a Switch or just a Steam Deck? You know, so I guess I think that was the challenge from Google, and you know, Google's just trying to get their bid in, you know, with gaming. So at least they tried, you know. I do remember the days of the PSP or the PS Vita. I mean, that was a great time. I still think Sony should get into the handheld market again. Maybe do like a new Vita or something. That'd be kind of cool. But I'm not surprised that gamers don't give a shit about Stadia. So that's my little quick thoughts on that. Eisen, any thoughts on Google and Stadia closing down their handheld?
I don't have much, but it's not surprising because I never heard about it until now.
God damn.
So I mean, I don't know. I think the marketing was terrible too.
Yeah.
It's gotta be. If you're not seeing it anywhere, the marketing's got to be terrible, and then it means they don't have any games. And also, I would say that being you're talking about it's a handheld kind of deal. Man, look, Nintendo's had the market on that, owned the market on that for a while, and I don't see that changing.
Right. And then I forget, when did I don't remember the actual year, but when did the Steam Deck come out? I think that might have just killed the competition there. Like once the Steam Deck came out, it's like, okay, well, why the fuck do I need a Stadia for, you know? Lawrence, any thoughts on Stadia shutting down their handheld? Is Lawrence there? Lawrence, you there?
He probably put himself on mute.
Okay.
Yeah, he's muted.
Lou, go ahead. What do you think about the studio shutting down their handheld?
Well, this is just another victim. You know, another casualty in the Google graveyard.
Damn.
You know what I mean? There's a website called Killed by Google.
Whoa. Where
they just have like, I see it right here. Google Stadia to be flushed in 3 months. Google Stadia was a cloud. Yes, yeah. They already added it to the graveyard. It's already in there. Is this what Google does, man? They try to, you know, dip a toe in, see how it works. I agree with what Eisen said. I don't even remember the marketing for it, and the market is too. You know, Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, and Steam, they got a stranglehold on the market. You got to be, you know what I mean, balls deep if you try to break into the market. You know, you can't be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You got to go all in to compete with these cats. So yeah, I mean, I like I said, another casualty in the Google graveyard.
Yeah,
I'm back.
Okay, yeah. What was we need to get your thoughts on the Google Stadia shutting down? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened, but I could hear everything, but my screen was gone. I couldn't click nothing. But I'm back now. I'm with Eisen. I never heard of this. I don't know anything about this.
And this is why we do Otaku Jump.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much all I got. How long had it been? How long had it been around?
Shit.
It says right here, it started January 2023.
Well, it's gonna
Oh,
end.
that's when they're shutting it down.
It's gonna shut down
They're
next
shutting
year.
it
But
down.
when did it get?
Oh, you're
released?
right. Oh, you're right. You're right. Yeah, I'm tripping. Yeah, that's next year.
What was it, like a
doesn't
year,
say
2
right here.
years?
Must have been at least 2 years ago. I don't think it was that long.
Let me see.
Doesn't that say a lot about it though?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't play games like you guys do, but at least I know the names of them.
Well,
I mean, seriously, I didn't
like I
know
said,
about
with
this.
Nintendo, you got the exclusives. You know, you got the option to have your Switch and a handheld option already. So, I mean, what is on the Stadia? Probably just some third-party games that you can get on any other console or on PC. So, or on Switch. So, like, what are you offering? Omega, what are your thoughts? We didn't get to you.
Yeah, my thoughts are I didn't really mess around with Stadia, so I mean them dropping their handhelds kind of makes sense. I mean, when you look at all of the we got like all kinds of retro art handhelds coming out by like different games, like people that are involved in like stuff like I think just similar to the Steam Deck, right? But that's like all PC. But I think it's like more retrograde, so probably a good idea. I mean, Stadia, it just didn't. I'm pretty sure they didn't see it like a massive engulf of people on Stadia, so probably for the best.
Yeah, that would be a good thing to see if we can maybe afterwards look up like the user base of Stadia, see how much they really had. But like Lou said, this is Google trying to do something and not putting 100% effort in, just trying to catch the wave, and they fucked up on the wave. So go ahead, next. Eisen got the DC reveals why Batman sneaks up.
Yeah, it said
go
November
ahead.
19, 20. I was gonna say it says November 19, 2019 is when they started it.
Oh, okay.
God dang, that's terrible marketing.
That's
terrible.
That was a waste of money. But go ahead, Eisen, with the Batman article.
Okay. Yeah, basically here I got an article here that basically it asks basically why even though Batman sneaks up on everybody, but it seems that he pretty much does it the most to Commissioner Gordon. And during the events of Batman Audio Adventures #1, basically Gordon asking why he does it to him. And basically Batman tells him it's the principle of the panopticon. You can't always know. You know that I can't always be watching, but you're never certain I'm not. And basically Gordon replies, okay, I hate that. And basically all that principle is that they basically have a line of sight to where you can't see them, but if they're there, they can always see you. But because you can't see them, that's the part where you can't know that where you're not certain when he's not. And I thought that was pretty cool how they, they basically explained, put that little tidbit basically in there with the mythos.
Oh, okay. Lawrence, what do you think? Because going to the comic book heads first.
It's interesting they chose that. I mean, at the end of the day, Batman just told Commissioner Gordon he's in a prison. I mean, serious, because that's where the panopticon comes from.
Yes.
English philosopher, I think.
I believe. Hold on.
An English philosopher, Jeremy Bentham. I could be wrong.
In the 18th century, yes.
Yeah, it was a prison, if I remember correctly. And he built it so one single security guard can see every prisoner, but the prisoners couldn't tell if the security guard was looking at them or could see them. Something like that.
I don't think it's just prison. I think also basically for asylums as well, because it says in institutional building design. So it probably was done for not only prisons but as well as mental facilities.
Oh no! It absolutely was for that. But I'm just saying the first one was a prison.
Okay, my bad.
It's because there was one of those in I want to say upstate New York when I was younger. I want to say something similar to that. Not a big one, but it's a pretty small, small to medium sized one. But yeah, but if I remember correctly, the first one was literally built as a prison.
Yeah.
Right. So I find the analogy with Batman saying that to Commissioner Gordon kind of like saying you're in a prison when it's especially considering how bad Gotham always is.
That's why I think that it's right because Gotham is a prison, but never mind.
Yeah,
That's a good point. Gotham's never actually a happy place. That's a good point.
No, I haven't seen Gotham happy since 1966 with Adam West. That's all I'm saying.
Damn. Okay. Mega, go ahead. What do you think?
As menacing as the Batman can be, but also helpful. It makes sense. It's almost like someone telling you, like, you know, the last commissioner was dirty, and I just, you know, probably beat his ass and sent him on his way, or took him to justice. You know, like, so it's kind of like, I'm watching you too. You know, like, kind of like those. Don't think because we kind of work on the same level. Like if okay, put it like Commissioner Gordon goes like rogue or goes corrupt, you know, Batman's gonna be the one to serve his ass justice, or at least reason with him and try to, you know, because you know sometimes Batman is not unreasonable. You know, I mean he strikes fear in people, but I mean he does give certain people a chance of like, you know, cut this out or I'm gonna, you know, fuck you up. So I think this is actually great to see that not only that they do have to kind of somewhat work on a same level. I mean, no matter what, Batman is breaking laws. He is a vigilante, but he's bringing, you know, the worst possible people to justice. You know, yeah, like
okay.
You sure? Because I heard from Snowflakes, Batman beats up poor people.
He does. And he has to show his bottom mouth so the police knows he's white.
I think of it this way. That's
funny.
Okay.
But okay, yeah, Batman might beat up poor people, right? But those poor people were bad.
No, they weren't. They were just broke people working on the docks, moving weight for Two-Face, and they getting their back broke. But he letting Joker blow up cities, and he never kills them.
Oh,
actually, if we go play this game, let's take it all the way. You can't do anything to them. They self-identify as a criminal, and that's prejudice.
Aren't you not guilty by association?
Man,
oh my God.
Them dudes are trying to get money. They just get
your employer is terrible though. Like, so like
they have no other way to live in Gotham.
That's what I'm saying. Ain't no Silicon Valley in Gotham.
You can move to Metropolis. We know it's always
money. Nice. No, you can't do Metropolis because Metropolis only allows what's the
Brainiac?
Term?
It's gentrified, so they don't.
I was about to say that Gotham rent is like $300 a month.
Legally challenged.
Yo, 300 a month.
Yeah, that's why everybody there. It's cheap.
Oh.
And you have a shelter, in Gotham provided by the billionaire Bruce Wayne.
Look, just don't be poor and breaking laws.
Are you saying that Gotham is a welfare city? Is that what you're saying, Lou?
No, I'm saying it's a poor city. It is not as easy to move to Metropolis where the rent's probably like $3,000 or where's Flash at?
Is that Coast? Central City, that's right.
Central City, yeah. You know, it's expensive over there, man. You know, Gotham is the cheap rent, and it's not as easy to move.
That's right.
Oh man, Lou,
gentrification at its best.
Yeah, Lou.
Okay, it seems like you can. Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, was that? Go ahead. It was Lou's turn after, but it's Lou's turn after you. Go ahead, Omega.
Oh, I was gonna say it seems like you got to make a decision. Do you want to pay poor rent and break laws and then get broken? But you know, if you move to Metropolis and you know you go get you a job there, you don't have to worry about Batman kicking your ass because you're poor and breaking laws.
Oh shit! You don't. Well, shit. If you're in Gotham, you might have to worry because Batman's gonna brand your ass with his fucking stamp.
Hey, you know, Superman won't hit you. You just take, you know.
Yeah, Superman ain't doing all that. All right, he just take you to jail. Batman gotta break your neck. Batman gotta break your back and snap your arms and all that.
And then brand his tattoo on your ass.
Right. You got to afford to be able to live in Metropolis. I mean, And then and you think Batman's worse, then you got Hugo Strange lobotomizing people up in Arkham. I mean,
in Arkham.
and then even though and then if you're that broke, at least you go to Arkham and you get a cot and 3 square meals a day. So hey.
Oh God.
Damn.
I just want to say my work here is done.
All right, go ahead, Lou, with the Blade movie reboot.
Oh yeah, so this movie, Blade has a very special place in my heart. I always tell people without Blade there would be no MCU.
Preach.
Blade, exactly. Blade set the entire MCU in motion because back in that it was 3 movies. It was Blade, Elektra, and Daredevil. Elektra was complete garbage, and Daredevil was but Blade was just a mega hit. And so now you see that the movie just lost its director. They were about to start 2 months in, or it was just about to start, and the director left. I think that this movie is going to be trash. I think that Marvel Phase 5. I think that what's the boy's name, y'all? Kevin, the guy who's doing the whole
Feige.
Yeah, Feige. Yeah. I think he's spread too thin with all these series and trying to do all these other stuff. I think that they're not giving this movie the care and dedication that it needs. And I saw the director, who it was. His name is Bam Tariq, I believe it was. Bassam Tariq. And I looked at his movies. He's he looks Indian or Middle Eastern or whatever. I'm not saying that he can. I'm not saying he can't write a story like that. But I'm looking at his prior movies like Ghost of Sugarland. I don't.
You just don't see it. I get it.
I don't see it. They're not good movies. They're he's talking about a Muslim experience. I don't. Like a middle. Yeah, I just don't think that, because Blade is really the allegory for a lot of American black men, I think, and I think that the last director who did Blade was a white guy from Britain. He did League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, so I think he can still kind of speak to the American culture. I don't know. We didn't see any trailers yet or anything, so I can't say how it was gonna go. But I just think that they're not doing this movie justice, and I think that this movie is going to be trash. It was supposed to be released at the end of Phase 5 next year of November, and I just think that I'm just giving out a bad omen to everybody. I don't think this is going to be a good movie.
Yes.
It's already having problems. So
there was another. This is actually one of our headlines for this episode. There was another article saying that the actor for Blade, Ali, said he had some complaints about the action scenes or something in the movie, and he's not really satisfied with what's going on with the movie. So, I mean, you're losing your director. You might lose your lead role, and then you're stuck in a MCU limbo and delayed even further. So I don't know what's going on with Blade. I don't see how this is hard. I mean, it's not like I don't see how this is hard to do with. I think Blade would be a simple movie to bring back into the MCU. I don't know why maybe people don't want to touch this script, or maybe it's the IP or it's the script where people are kind of like, with their hands precautious about bringing Blade back. I don't know, but hopefully they get another director who has a decent resume, who can do the job. And I'm kind of worried about Ali though, because maybe, I don't know, I heard some complaints about the action scenes. And I'm like, well, first of all, I think they should have got a younger actor for Blade. I think there should have been a way younger actor, kind of like the guy who did Aquaman, Black Manta. That guy, he's kind of younger. I think he could have done it, or someone is at that age, early 30s, 20s, or something like that. But
Nah.
Go ahead, Lawrence. What do you think? Go ahead, Lawrence.
No. Save me last.
Okay. Eisen, what do you think about the Blade reboot?
There's 2 main reasons why things are not going to be good. It's the MC universe.
Oh boy.
And this shit is owned by Disney. You can hang it up for Marvel at this point. It's done. Just go ahead and accept that you're going to, at best, get mediocre content. At best, you're going to get mediocre content with slightly above trash writing. I don't think the problem is Ali. I think Ali is proving himself to be a pretty decent actor.
Yeah, he's great.
I think that the writing is just going to be terrible, and then apparently the action scenes are going to be terrible, according to him. So hey, just go. This is the new phase, Marvel, the MC universe. Just sit back and enjoy it with your popcorn.
Yeah, they said that this Blade script has 90 pages
and
that has 2 lackluster action sequences.
Right? Yeah, that's the
There you
article.
go.
Yeah, that's the article right there. I think.
There you go.
That's terrible, right? 90 pages ain't good for a script, right?
There you
That's
go.
not even a book. That's what is that? That's like what is that?
Hey, 3 chapters at best.
Oh,
maybe?
that's a trading guide or something, or a tutorial.
What are they gonna be doing? Walking montages? They're just gonna be just walking around, not saying nothing, just silent.
Yeah, there's no excuse for that, right? 90 pages with a whole story of Blade comics and shit. Like, yeah, that sounds like BS.
Wait, did you bring up Blade comics? Man, these people doing this shit don't care about nothing that happened before.
Well, they should. If they're gonna do a reboot.
No, they don't care.
Don't they research the comic books? Don't. Well, at least the good ones, the good writers.
So you starting to sound like a Windows XP nigga right now.
Oh boy! All right.
He said a Windows.
Okay. Omega, go ahead. What do you think about the Blade reboot?
For it to be abruptly like loses its director, like it must not hold a candle to maybe what they're envisioning from the first Blade, because they know, everybody freaking knows the first Blade was astonishing. Like, it was amazing. The fight scenes, choreography, the story, when you lose your director though, like it's like, I don't want my name on this kind of thing. So
yeah, that's a good point. Hey, that's a good point, Omega. The director doesn't want his name on this mess to fuck up his resume. That could be it. That's a good point.
His resume already fucked. His resume already trash.
God damn.
But why make it? Yes. You don't want to make it more trash.
Wait, are we? Wait. Are we roasting the director? Or are we roasting the script? Are we roasting both?
Man, all of them.
God damn. Okay.
Kevin Feige, the director, all of them. MCU, all of them getting this work.
Ah, man. Okay. Lawrence, go ahead. You're last now. Go ahead. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm about to put this in the ground for real.
Okay.
This was wrong from the first moment they thought about it to the moment they announced it. It's wrong across the board. First of all, that 90 pages is not a script. That's a story Bible. That's all that is. It breaks down the characters, who they are, what they do, nothing more, nothing less. No characterization, no nothing. Number 2, there is no reason, not a single reason, why Wesley Snipes should not have been the person you brought back. Even with his age, he still looks the part sufficiently enough that you can still believe he's Blade. As far as it goes from Mahershala Ali, the way he went underground and in the back door to get Kevin Feige to pick him to be Blade was grimy. Because I'm telling you right now, Mahershala Ali, no disrespect intended, talented actor, talented brother, but nobody wants a Blade who wants to focus on Muslim. Nobody cares about that. Nobody. Don't care about his spiritual essence, none of that. We want Blade because Blade kicks ass and kills vampires like there's no tomorrow. Okay? Then
that's what I'm sorry.
To add insult to injury, you want to sit here and talk about, as an actor, you're upset because the fight scenes were lackluster. Who are you to say? You've never been in an action flick. Not one.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And then in addition to that, going back to Wesley Snipes, this is a man who's been training since he was 15 in 6 different types of martial arts. That's why he looked good as Blade, because he knew what he was doing. And he could still play the part. He still got the physique. He still got the training. He still got the look. And I'm pretty sure for Kevin Feige, Blade wasn't even considered until, like I said, Mahershala came to him and talked about wanting to do Blade. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? and the actual actor who set it off from Jump Street. Why would you take away the man who, regardless of what anybody says and try to pretend otherwise, there would be no Marvel success without Blade. He set it all off. Period. Point blank, period. There would be no X-Men 2000 if it wasn't for Blade 99, 98, whatever year it was. Come on, man. Come on, man. Nah, man. Everybody's trying to floss for position and all that nonsense. Mahershala, I'm sorry, bro. You can't pull this off. You can't. You can't. You don't have the gravitas. You don't have the ambiance. You don't have the style. You don't have the build. You don't have the fight skills. You got none of it, bro. That's why he made the comment about diving into the character and the whole Muslim thing. Because what else could you do? You can't pull off the other stuff.
Damn.
That's what I was saying too.
Well, damn.
That's what I was saying too, Lauren. When I was saying that director, his specialty was doing like Muslim type, like Muslim centric films, and that is not what we want to see. They're gonna do essentially an inclusive Blade, and he was probably gonna be doing, and that's not Blade. That's not Blade, man.
The closest thing he came to doing any kind of action in any kind was what set him off with becoming popular, was the original 4400 TV show. And the vast majority of that was him chasing behind and pining after a white chick.
And his daughter too, wasn't it?
Yeah, and his daughter, who actually had all the power.
Yeah.
Had all the power and all the action scenes. So what I'm saying is that you cannot just come in and think just because you this dude who won 2 Oscars means you just can play anything you want. Like I said, I got nothing against him. He's a talented brother when it comes to drama. He truly is. But it's no different than when you look at actors who think they suddenly can be rock stars. You can't sing. That's why you're an actor. I don't need another Don Johnson album. You feel what I'm saying? And I don't need Mahershala coming in to play Blade. He just doesn't have what it takes. He don't. That's why I'm resistant to what you said, Soul, about bringing in a younger actor. For what? The actual actor who did it is still solid.
Well, no.
And not only is he solid, but you can't even use the excuse he's too old because you just brought Hugh Jackman back.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about Hugh Jackman. Actually, that's one of our main topics. Let me get to.
We gotta end it there.
Yeah, so come on, let's do it. Yo, for real, stop.
Damn, son.
And let me tell you, one more thing, one last thing.
Go ahead.
One last thing. Trust and believe this. And if I'm wrong, please correct me. There is a difference between Blade starring Mahershala Ali or Blade starring Wesley Snipes. Which one you think gonna make the money?
Oh, Wesley Snipes off the top.
Wesley Snipes.
I'm
Let's keep it real.
I'm preparing to look at that one. Yeah,
let's keep it real, man. I mean, Mahershala, you might go and check it out, but with Wesley Snipes coming back, you make that a party.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
A homecoming.
Yeah. So, like I said, man, I take it personal, man. I take that real personal, for real. I got issues with that. And like I said, that's why the third one didn't work, because they removed him from the equation and brought in Ryan Reynolds and Jessica Biel and all these other people. Nah, come on, man. The dude knows what he's doing. Shut up, get Wesley, tell him to bring back the writers and the team from before and pick it up where it left off, man, and get it right. Because Wesley produced the first 2. So he knew what he was doing. They worked.
Let me get to the super chat. So Rocky says, Otaku Jump Flamethrower Edition, everybody's getting roasted. Yeah, everyone getting roasted up here. I mean,
no one getting spared.
No filter out
Yo, everybody can get the smoke.
God damn, he roasted the fuck out of him. Like, god damn. Well, man, that was good. Shout out to everyone in chat, by the way. Go ahead.
Yeah, I take Blade seriously, man, because Blade falls into that category, because everybody walks around talking about we ain't got no characters or superheroes who represent us, and he actually does. Actually, he represents us more than Black Panther, to be quite honest with you.
I was gonna say that.
I was gonna say him and Spawn.
Exactly.
He's the allegory for the retrospective black man who don't, you know what I'm saying, like vampires are like everybody else, and he's just a lone daywalker. Yes, he's a vampire, but he's not.
Yeah, so I take Blade more seriously than I ever would Black Panther. No offense to Black Panther. I take Blade more seriously.
Lawrence, how about we got Wrong in the chat. He says, what about Michael J. White as Blade? Could you see that as a possibility?
If Wesley couldn't do it, I would put Michael J. White through maybe 6 months to a year more acting classes. But yeah, I can see Michael J. White doing it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah.
And I think they got because, damn.
Are you okay?
No, sorry.
Very good.
I think they got Ali because his, he like I think he did pretty good at Cottonmouth in that Luke Cage series.
Yeah.
But then they killed him off. But like I'm with like that's like Lawrence said though, he's not an action superhero guy.
He's not. He's a thinking man, a thinking villain, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
He's a dialogue guy.
He's a crime boss type of
That's why I got offended with the comment he made about I didn't find the 2 action scenes sufficient enough. Dude, you never done action before. Who are you to say?
Oh no, I think Lou was talking about Michael J. White instead of.
No.
But I'm talking about Ali. Ali was caught.
Oh, my bad. Okay, never mind. My bad.
Yeah. Ali's the one who has said that about the Blade thing. My dude, you never did an action movie. Who were you to say?
Right.
And how do we know that director didn't leave? Because Ali was pushing his agenda for what he wanted in the movie instead of what was supposed to be. Like I said, from the moment it was announced, man, he started going into this whole thing with identity politics about a Muslim this and Muslim. He did the same thing in his Oscar speeches, man. I'm not going to Blade for that, man. I'm going to Blade because I want to see blood. I want to see vampires' head cut off. I want to see bodies disintegrating. You know what I'm saying? I want to trash talk. I want to see Wesley Snipes smile when he picked that dude up and do the suplex like in the second movie. That's what I'm going to see a Blade movie for. I want to see Wesley Snipes one more time look at somebody and go, "Do you blush?" That's what I'm waiting for.
I hear you on that.
All right.
Omega, you there? You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Lucky enough, your article actually goes with germs. So go ahead and talk about your science engineer article.
Yeah. So I thought this is a really interesting article. Just the direction, of course, where cybernetics are happening, and then we got Elon Musk even revealing a full-on robot, which is awesome to me. Even check him out; he's got his own Twitter page. But so basically, scientists have been making this machete-wielding cyborg plant, which is, I think, astonishing because it's basically hooked up to the leaves. So I guess the synapses is that this is moving based on the possibly the temperature, but also like within inside of every leaf are kind of like these almost like a nervous system that a human has. It's just showing in great detail how far cybernetics are going. And of course, we worry more about cyber attacks, of course, in America and globally. But if you just look at the design of it and that arm, it's pretty impressive. But it's like, okay, there's a microcontroller, which is it's an open source to the plant to read varying resistance signals across the plant's leaves. So quite yet, it's still unclear what the plant machete's purpose would be, other than perhaps being used as a eco-terrorist to give illegal loggers, ironic comeuppance. But other than that, we can see that this could be used within the fields of harvesting as well, so. I thought it was kind of like a bizarre kind of quirkiness to it, but Texas scientists developed a veritable spider bots by robotically manipulating dead arachnids, so they can grasp objects with their legs. So I'm all in when it comes to cybernetics. I picked this article because I think it's is definitely where the future is headed.
Oh yeah, I agree on that. I've seen a lot of these. I mean, you can look it up on YouTube. A bunch of these cyborg videos, they just be popping up all of a sudden. So I think the future, you're definitely gonna see more of this be more, spread out. So I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Lou, anything on this one?
I guess science fiction is tomorrow's reality, right? I mean, I'm trying to think. I was trying to think of a show where they had like an anime or sci-fi movie where they had like like plants. Not to this degree, but I'm just you know what I mean. I'm just trying to think, but wow, yeah, I didn't even. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm just kind of astonished. I'm just like, wow, that's crazy. I don't have too much to say on it, really.
I feel you. Eisen, anything?
I'm just ready for where they'll get this thing going to where I can have my cybernetic implant arm like Vader. Hey.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Like Joe, dude. If Cyberpunk really happens, I'm ready for that shit.
Hey, what's that thing called when you get like cybernetic enhancements? You get like a sickness. What's that called? I forgot what y'all don't.
In the are you talking about?
It's called being a bitch. How about that?
But it's supposed to be something when you get like too many cybernetic enhancements. You get
it's called cyber. You become a cyber.
Yeah,
cyber psychosis. Yeah.
Because definitely, I mean, no matter what, even I know with nano machines, which I probably have a billion inside of my body right now, but no, you require medication because you got to think. Unless the metal is like a bio metal, I mean, we have sort of like a metal in our body, which is iron.
Yeah.
But any foreign metal, it needs to be properly cleaned. You're gonna have to take some medications, of course, to stave that off. Now, in the show itself, it was saying that you're putting a strain on the brain because the brain is still organically itself, you know what I'm saying? Like it's pretty much like you're uploading more into your body than it can take. Then yeah, you're gonna end up going into psychosis. And yeah.
So what did Elon have to do with this thing?
Oh, I just brought him up basically because the new I thought because cybernetics, and then now he already introduced that robot. So
I was about to say, if it's not government funded, if it's not government aid involved, it's not going to happen. Elon's not going to get it done.
I mean, he already. Well, I don't know mass production, but there's one already built. You know what I'm saying?
We're still waiting on them cyber trucks. So
yeah, that is true. But you know what's amazing though is that this device itself got 10.9 million views on Twitter. So
that's good though.
That's pretty astonishing.
This is pretty cool though. This sword thing. This is pretty nice.
Lawrence, what do you think? Any thoughts on the cyborg plant?
I have two thoughts actually. And bear with me because I'm not trying to reopen the door, but I just I wanted to say this before we closed out.
Mm-hmm.
Even Bokeem Woodbine, who played Blade on the TV series, is better. Now, with that being said, with that being said, going back to this article, I look at the moral implications, especially the part with the dead spiders, because if that's the case, what are we looking at for reanimating corpses? And then reanimating corpses in the sense of using them for combat, etc., and so on.
Well, you do know you can donate your body to science. So, I mean, there's a lot of area there where you could be using brains that no longer could function.
No, I know that. I get that. That's always been the case. I mean, I mean, especially like take for instance a military guy. Let's say he signed up for a tour of duty, 4 years. He gets killed in the first year and a half of action. So where's the moral implication? Does his body come back to his family for a proper burial? Or because he signed a 4-year contract, do they just use the cybernetics to reanimate him and send him back out?
I guess that would be up to the family, I guess, though, right?
No,
About
yeah,
I
no,
believe it
morality.
would be up to the soldier while living. I mean, if he's presented though that option, or I mean, you might want to read under like, if you die, do you become a sire? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I would think it'd be presented as an option though.
They'll just send the family, you know, a flag and say he died, and just put him on the battlefield as a robot.
And just put him out there.
Right, because for all intents and purposes, you signed a 4-year contract. The argument could be made. Okay, so you died in the first year and a half. Doesn't mean anything. I could bring you back to complete that 4-year contract.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Wait. Question. So wait, but when someone dies and they get buried, does the family not own like that area where the person got buried, the graveyard? Spot?
You have no say so. That's the thing.
Damn.
So basically, like, you are military.
Exactly. Once because you got to remember the way the military works, and it doesn't make a difference what branch you're in. Every soldier is a Class 9 item. That means your importance is on the same level as a black ink pen. That's what a black ink pen is, a Class 9 item. It's disposable. That's why it's called GI. That's why you call it GI. You're a general issue piece of equipment, which can be replaced easily if you're broken, discarded, whatever. So, like I said, from a moral perspective, if you sign a 4-year contract and this technology exists, even if you die in a year and a half, that 4-year contract is still in the play. They can put the technology in you and make you complete the 4-year contract. And then after the 4-year contract is done, rip the technology out and throw you in the ditch. I mean, I know it's extreme, but I'm just making a point.
I don't see it as extreme, because if my solemn duty is to protect my country, then I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, reanimate me, put me back out there, and when I'm done, or whenever the 4 years is up, then just delete me.
Then it's like how do you know? Like you're dead. How would you know what your duty is, though?
Exactly. That's why I'm thinking. Like, your consciousness may not even be as similar to what you were when you were living, because you're autonomous now. So,
right.
If the brain is dead, but you're just on autopilot.
Yeah.
But that again. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Saul. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I had a question. So we're talking about cyborgs and shit. So did everyone watch Cyberpunk Edge Runners here, or no? Everyone watch it or no?
Oh, I love that show.
You talking about
I watched it twice.
The movie with what's that boy name?
The recent anime series on Netflix, Cyberpunk.
David.
No, I didn't see it.
Okay. Yeah. Omega, give me like your quick review, like a quick score and review. What do you think?
I want to say A+ all across the board. Visually stunning. Story plot not boring at all. Had some kind of growing of an age into a young man, down on his luck kind of thing going on there. But the cybernetic enhancements and I really think it captured what you're going to have to undertake if you start upgrading your body. Like, I know it sounds great to have these abilities and stuff, but everything kind of comes with it, cause and effect. So it definitely gave more symbolism to the future, I believe, because they still had buses going on. The bus may be like more aerial or, but there was still transportation for those that couldn't afford a car. I mean, the one kid was already like, I don't know how to drive. Like, but he's still young, but definitely what it was kind of like I like the fact that it showed that humanity is almost somewhat in a race, but you burn yourself out, of course, toward the edge of advancement. So all around, I thought it was great. The action was astonishing. The subtle moments of human interaction that was not even with robotics was awesome too. So
yeah, man, of course they had the game, which was struggling, and then they got this anime, and then luckily the anime was good, and then just brought the gamers back into the series. It brought the anime people into the game. It brought the gamers into the anime. So both sides were just enjoying it. But with the series, I'm thinking about the show like it just kind of shows the flaw of human beings in a way, you know, because I'm not trying to spoil too much, but you know, what the main character's friend, something happens to the main character's friend, whatever, right? I'm not gonna tell you what exactly happens, but then something repeats, like it repeats again, if you get what I'm saying, Omega, right? And it's just
it does show a definitely flaw in the human
in the real world. If that was to happen, I could imagine a lot of fucking cyber psychos, dude, like a lot of them. Just because, like, imagine how isolated we are in the US, you know, just that idle time by yourself. I mean, dude, you could waste so much time just installing. If you could just waste so much time and hours installing new shit into your body and shit, and just fucking around and whatever. I mean, yeah, I could imagine that being really tragic in real life. But
I
like the show. Anyone else see that show? By the way, I think it was good though. My score, I'd say probably like an 8 out of 10 or plus above. I think easy. Anyone else?
Tell me, I'm telling you guys, if you guys check it out, you're not going to be disappointed.
Yeah, and also if you watched Gungrave, it's somewhat similar to Gungrave. If you've seen Gungrave, it's almost similar.
Oh yeah, that was a good anime.
Yeah. So Lou, you didn't see it. Lawrence, did you see it? Any thoughts on the Cyberpunk?
No, I haven't seen it. Okay. I haven't seen it. I don't take anything Omega promotes.
Oh man. Okay. Please. Okay. All right. So
Omega's kind of like the Mikey of entertainment.
Oh man.
He likes it all.
Yeah, he does.
All right.
Y'all are shocked when I'm negative, pretty much.
Like shots fired. Shots fired.
All right. So we're gonna do our intermission. We will be back after 4 or 5 minutes. Quick commercial break. Be sure to like the video, subscribe, click the bell for notifications, and we'll be right back after this. Peace out.
Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we all lived through the 70s. The clothes, the music, the heartwarming but rarely amusing Ziggy cartoons. Now, later, who are we to look at these two fine young men and say, "You there, I sit in judgment of you"?
Riddle me this.
But there could be more to the case than meets the eye.
Hadouken!
What are you going to do, Space Ghost?
I'm combining the stun ray with the force energy power.
Your soul is mine.
You seem to be well grounded in the case file, Detective.
Or the stone pudding or something. I mix up some herbs and I come up with a dandy glass of this bicarbonate of fig leaf.
Yoga lane.
But there could be more to the case than meets the eye.
Always winterize your pants. Your soul is mine.
By your powers combined.
You seem to be well grounded in the case file, Detective.
But there could be more to the case than meets the eye.
Why so serious? Riddle me this.
Haven't had a lot of company in a long time, but if I were expecting some, I'd whip up a really substantial meal. You see how strong I am? From eating all this stuff.
俺はスーパーベジータだ。
Yoga lane. Your soul is mine.
But there could be more to the case than meets the eye.
Hadouken!
By your powers combined.
You seem to be well grounded in the case file, Detective.
Yoga lane.
What are you going to do, Space Ghost?
I'm combining
But there could be more to the case than meets the eye.
Your soul is mine. Riddle me this. Why so serious?
Yomigare! Nebula-chan! Tyrannosaurus!
Always winterize your pipes.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we all lived through the 70s. The clothes, the music, the heartwarming but rarely amusing Ziggy cartoons. Now, later, who are we to look at these two fine young men and say, "You there, I sit in judgment of you"?
Why so serious?
Yoga Lane.
Hadouken!
But there could be more to the case than meets the eye.
Your soul is mine.
You seem to be well grounded in the case file, Detective.
By your powers combined,
Riddle me this.
Super Vegeta.
But there could be more to the case than meets the eye.
What are you going to do, Space Ghost?
I'm combining the stun ray with the force energy power.
Always winterize your pipes. Your soul is mine.
Yoga Lane.
By your powers combined,
Hadouken!
Yomigare! Nebula-chan! Tyrannosaurus!
Yoga Lane.
Why so serious?
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we all lived through the 70s. The clothes, the music, the heartwarming but rarely amusing Ziggy cartoons. Now, later, who are we to look at these two fine young men and say, "You there, I sit in judgment of you"?
You seem to be well grounded in the case file, Detective.
But there could be more to the case than meets the eye.
Always winterize your pipes.
Or the stone pudding or something. I mix up some herbs and I come up with a dandy glass of this bicarbonate of fig leaf.
All right, we are back with part 2 of Otaku Jump Podcast, episode 22. I'm your host, SoulProvider from the Nerd Pill. Be sure to like the video, subscribe. I hope you guys are enjoying the podcast. Shout out to everyone in the chat. MOT, what's going on? Oh, what's going on? Rashard Tate, this final form. What's going on, man? What's going on, Rocky? Shout out for the super chat you did earlier. Shout out to everyone in the chat. You can watch the playback of the previous episodes on the channel or on Spotify, Google Podcast, Stitcher, and Anchor. We're definitely available on those other formats. If you prefer those ones, you can check them out in the description. Also, next year, I will be adding more guests for our podcast. So if you want to join and be a guest on the panel next year, definitely email me or check out my Discord. You can message us that way if you're interested. The guest list is still growing for next year. Also, if you want us to cover anything news related when it comes to anime, manga, gaming, and movies, let us know. You can also message us on the Discord, the Oasis, or just email me at the email SoulProviderZ@gmail.com. So, shout out to my co-hosts. We got Lawrence, Eisen, Omega, and our new Otaku member, Citizen Lou, on the podcast. Once again, shout out to Lou for joining. He got his training boots on. He going through it, and Lawrence is giving him, the shit. But he going through it though. He got it. So,
hey, in all fairness, I'm bringing it for everybody today.
Okay.
What do you mean? Me and Lawrence we've been on the same page all stream. We've been on.
Yes, we have. I think he's talking about earlier with my spot.
Yeah, the my spot.
On the panel. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So let's go ahead and start off with your article, Lawrence, on Tim Drake. I'm kind of curious what the hell's going on here.
Oh man, geez, look. First of all, can you see the artwork?
Oh yeah, it looks damn terrible.
That's a comic book.
A recent comic book?
That is
a recent comic book?
Within the last 3 weeks, that is a regular $5.99 comic book.
Wow.
Yes, that is the artwork.
Is that a human in the back? Is that a human in the back, or is that alien?
No, that's his boyfriend.
Oh, yeah. Oh God.
Yeah. You have to remember they made Tim Drake bisexual now.
Oh, yay. All right.
Now, so what we had, the entire issue. Now this is issue number 1.
Okay.
And the entire issue is artwork like this. And it doesn't have anything to do with action, superheroes, or adventures. It's all about Tim's boyfriend, who is weird and creepy as all get out. And if you scroll down, you'll see some other interior art, so you can get the full perspective on what we're talking about here. The problem with comics nowadays, man, is that it's being written by a bunch of Tumblr shipping. You see that?
Mm-hmm. It's
you
like
see that
they
right
tone
there
down the art a lot.
Would you believe that's supposed to be them running?
No.
I thought they were.
Damn, I thought they were dancing here.
It looked like they're dancing, or it looks like.
Nope, that whole page. If you had the other panels to that page, they're running.
What the hell?
So
it's a unique art style, but it just looks very bland.
It's not bland. It's horrible. So we got a couple of things here where, again, we have the same standard. It's not about a good story. It's about pushing agendas and ideologies. Because that section right there is literally Tim showing up in his Robin costume to talk to a police officer, and the police officer says something about, "I'm not here to be your fairy gay father."
Yeah, I saw it. Oh man.
And you got to ask yourself, first of all, how would he even know that a superhero in costume in a mask is gay? How would you know that?
Because in the early ones he was running around with booty shorts.
What? He did have like a thong thing going on, so like
that's the old Dick Grayson stuff.
They did have an ambiguous duo going on there. Yeah.
Yeah, but the point is that, you know, it's the same as I say every time I come up on the show. The major publishers and the stuff they're putting out, this kind of stuff, this is why people are going to people like Eric.
Yep.
And other people who are doing independent comics and publishing. You understand what I'm saying?
I do admit that, yeah, definitely. You know, it's amazing though that they're pushing the LGBTQ like agendas, but the art itself, like it looks just so it is like it looks like more super cartoonish than actually look at that cover. That cover, they went all out, right?
Yeah, the cover looks good.
And the cover, but that's how they get you in.
That's how they get you in.
well, remember what I said back in the day when I was collecting comics when I was a younger man. The cover generally indicated that's who was doing the work on the inside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right.
Like a thumbnail, right?
Right. So yeah, exactly. So even though the times have changed, you're talking about at least 60 years of preconditioning And people automatically assume that the cover is going to look as good as the inside, knowing full well it doesn't anymore, but they still do it in those. Then in addition to that, it's a number one, so you're going to have collectors do it just for the sake of it's a number one.
Yeah, it's quite lackluster when you do open up a book and then you're like, what? Like, but the cover it says this, and then you're just like, what? Like I guess I just would be reading it. Like,
I don't.
You know, some books will throw you off though. There will be absolutely nothing on the front of it, and you open it up and you're like, what the? Like, this shit is amazing. Like, you know, like.
Yeah, look what they said. DC Comics is just Tumblr and Grindr.
But that's what I was gonna say, because it's not just DC. It's not just DC. It's DC and Marvel. What we have right now is we have a lot of YA writers coming into comics. First of all, it's a totally different genre, so you shouldn't be there to begin with. The second thing is the vast majority of them will tell you point blank they hate the characters and they hate comics. They will say that to your face. So the question is why are you there? Number three,
are you just trying to destroy it?
because that's their game plan. And then number three, you know, you've already taken us for almost a decade with bad stories. Now you want us to pay not just for bad stories but bad art as well. And like I said,
I think it's nothing more scumbaggish to like find out that someone likes something and then you just go ahead and be like, let's ruin it, and then and then sit back there and complain, why aren't the people buying her stuff yet? Because
there's one word to sum that up.
Like,
yeah, go ahead.
There's one word to sum all that up.
What?
Disney.
Oh man, come on. Wait a second, I have to defend Disney just once. Werewolf by Night was fucking dope. It was dope as shit.
Yeah,
look, let's be real. Look, the only thing Disney does is buy shit and then market it and shell it out. They don't actually create anything. They steal other people's shit, own it. That way they don't have to buy, and that way they don't have to pay the creators for it and get them out of money.
Well, that's generally what we got going on here. I mean, page rates have dropped insanely. So I mean, bottom line is you can look at that and tell without any questions whatsoever that's either somebody who's a Tumblr artist or from DeviantArt.
Yeah, it does. It has its like I want to say it has like an anime flair to it. Like
oh shit!
This ain't no anime flair.
Look, this is why I say, look. Hey,
you don't think so?
You can
hell no, this shit is trash.
You can go look in the Vagabond and see some amazing art that's just way above this shit.
That's way above this, yeah.
Man, I can do better than this.
I'm looking at the chin and then that small nose thing going on there.
Look, I can take you to DeviantArt and give you better people than this. I can take you to I could actually take you back to Tumblr and DeviantArt itself and show you better people than this.
Yeah, true. We can literally.
Go ahead.
Not to throw shade on DeviantArt though. There's some amazing artists there. But
no,
that's
my point. Because I've had some of them do work for me. There's some good artists on DeviantArt, but the problem is nobody. They don't want to pay them. So what you do, because if the average page rate for an artist is 150, these guys are getting paid 45. Then like I said, you're talking about a 22-page cover, a 22-page comic that's going for $5.99. Think about that for a second. 22 pages, $5.99. $4.99 to get you a 200-page magazine. So the more units not being sold, they raise the cover price. Because you got to understand, we went from $2.99 to $5.99 in the space of 4 years. There are some books that are literally selling for $9.99.
Lou, did you get?
You see what I'm saying? So what we have. Bottom line here is you've got fan fiction being sold as real art. That's what you have. Fan fiction and shipping. That's what you have.
Lou, did you get any thoughts on this one? I don't think I heard you.
No, I was listening, but no, I agree with pretty much everybody's saying. It's like it's not like, to me, okay, a character can be LGBT or black or Indian or Hindu or whatever, right? But it has to have a story. It can't. The comic can't be about them being diverse. You know what I'm saying? It has to have a compelling storyline. It can't just be, oh man, I'm LGBT and this intolerant cop keep messing with me, but I'm trying to say that's just corny. Like, that's you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's just dumb. Like I don't know if you guys watched The Wire.
Yeah, I did. I loved it.
Yeah, remember Omar, right? He was LGBT, but like,
Yeah.
it wasn't about him. It was about he was a deep character. He had a code of conduct, and he was it was a very interesting character. It doesn't. Yes, he was that, but it didn't matter. Like it was a part of it, but it wasn't. It was his identity, but it wasn't
Yeah,
what I mean.
It wasn't the focus of the
you know
show.
What I'm saying? It wasn't the focus of it, right? It wasn't him going around like somebody, oh, you this, you can't come in my store or something. You know what I mean? Something like that. It didn't matter. He still had a plot to follow. He just so happened to be that.
Yeah, but
So
the thing
I
about
agree.
it, yeah, but the thing, at the end of the day, the identity politics don't bother me. It's the execution of it. We've had identity politics in comics forever. There's a reason why Luke Cage was popular, but he didn't have to say every page that I'm a black man. You
Right.
didn't have to do that. It's no different than Marvel with the MCU and talking about a strong female character with Captain Marvel. Well, why didn't you pick the first female Captain Marvel who was black? You all about diversity. What am I missing?
Yeah, and the X-Men was pretty much about the civil rights movement.
Exactly. Not to mention the X-Men and Chris Claremont literally set the foundation for strong female characters and the way they were portrayed in comics. Chris Claremont did that.
Right. And that's the thing. It's not about because they're trying to gaslight and say like we don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you don't like, this or that type of person. No, it's not that. Like you said, the story is ass. It's trash. That's the problem.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I've had that conversation many a times. You don't like strong women, really? Because I remember Ripley from Aliens. I remember Sarah Connor from Terminator. You know what I'm saying? And the list goes on and on, both TV and movies. So and comics. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
There was an article for She-Hulk that said that don't worry guys, She-Hulk the show doesn't hate men or something. I didn't even bother to look at the article. I was like, yeah, I'm not even gonna just take the time to waste my time.
No. The only 2 episodes I watched, it was very man hating rhetoric. I mean, they had these just ridiculous scenarios. They got a black dude with 2 white boys, like they about to violate her. Like, come on, that ain't even realistic.
Yeah.
A black dude with 2 white boys about to rape her. Come on now, bro.
Yeah, and then on top of that, what makes it fascinating is that they'll take She-Hulk. No, I'm sorry, they'll take Harley Quinn and Deadpool, and they'll act like they created something great with the character breaking the fourth wall. She-Hulk did that before anybody. I mean, John Burns' comic run on that is what made She-Hulk popular. I mean, it truly did. So I don't know, man. It's bad. And like I said, I haven't even watched the show. I've seen a couple of clips here and there, and I'm like, I can't do this.
It's pretty bad, bro. Like the last episode, not bad because they had Daredevil in it, and it took forever to get to that point. But besides that, it was just like whatever,
Yeah, I can't do it.
One of the worst shows ever. I mean, this is worse than Miss Marvel, and that show was not that great at all. So, yeah.
Trying to set her up as if she's unofficially the first mutant. Nah, man, I'm not doing that either, bro.
But so I haven't opened my Disney Plus app since episode 2 of She-Hulk.
And I would say open it up just to watch Werewolf by Night. Just watch that, check it out. It was great. I loved it. Good. It was like basically like a short film movie, but it was good vibe. I definitely enjoyed Werewolf by Night.
But they definitely trying to move into a horror perspective for the next phases. Because all the characters they're showing from Moon Knight. As a matter of fact, Moon Knight's first appearance was him fighting Werewolf by Night. Jack Russell. Yeah, Jack Russell. So yeah, between Moon Knight, Werewolf by Night, they're trying to do the Blade, the Midnight Suns thing, and even to some degree, that's why Eternals didn't work too much. Because if you really look deep, they were trying to like do a little bit of action adventure mixed with horror at the same time. You could see it in there. So I don't know, man. It's a hot mess. That's all I can say. It's a hot mess.
Okay. Eisen, go ahead with the Bleach recent Bleach news we got.
Yeah. So basically, if anybody has Crunchyroll, you know if you're watching Bleach or anything, that as soon as October 1st came around, um, it was removed. I found out about it because I was in the middle of watching an episode, only to have it cut off. And hey, that be it. Go to look. There is no Bleach in there because it is officially confirmed that Disney bought all of the content and library to Bleach and have the distribution rights for it, the entire library. Um, you know, it just goes to show that Disney wants everything, and they have the pockets to do it. So, and being that Hulu is owned by Disney, it's confirmed now that Hulu and Disney will be carrying the show as far as distribution wise for you to see it. Um, Although there are other matters, but uh, they got the rights to do it. Um, but Bleach is it's pretty popular, and can't wait to see what it offers. As soon as I get off here, I'm going to watch. But anyways, uh, uh, I think that what happened was that Crunchyroll was caught between a rock and a hard place. Once they expended money to get Chainsaw Man, they lost all the rights to Bleach. Disney was gonna spin the bag for the whole thing, and that's exactly what they done. So that's what's going on. Disney Plus will be doing internationally. The sad thing is for some people that don't have Hulu, they won't be able to see it. Nobody knows when it will be available on Disney Plus as of right now. Most people like me who like the subtitle versions, they'll be finding other ways to look at it anyway. So we'll just wait and see what happens there. And just on a side note, like they were saying earlier, yeah, nobody. I don't think everybody cares about is the writing. This is one anime right here that hit every letter in the alphabet community as far as with characters. And you had different demographics and hues of whatever. So, and the writing was good. So, that's what really matters, good storyline. But that's all I got.
Yeah, this was I'm glad this mystery finally got solved because they were trying to tease us and say, they weren't releasing information. They were trying to put their hand behind their back and let everyone kind of wonder and try to solve the clue. Oh, where's Bleach gonna come? Where's it gonna be? Then we started seeing, like I said, shit disappear from Crunchyroll and all the other platforms. And then boom, just a couple of days ago, oh, now it's gonna be on Hulu and Disney Plus. Interesting enough that it would be international for Disney, but not in the U.S. I find that kind of weird. I don't know why. Maybe they want everyone to get Hulu. Maybe that's why. I guess. I guess good.
Well, everywhere can't have Hulu. Everywhere doesn't have Hulu.
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
Mexico doesn't have Hulu like that.
But they have Disney Plus.
Yes, and Disney Plus is gonna be the batch drop.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, a lot of Hulu stuff are restricted to America.
Okay. Well,
you gotta get a VPN or something to watch it.
The thing about Bleach is, I think it's gonna release like JoJo did with Part 6, where Netflix dropped it in kind of different drops every couple of months or every now and then. So, this comes out tomorrow. Bleach comes.
My bad.
Tomorrow.
I believe on Hulu it is supposed to be simulcast.
Oh, so weekly?
Yes, I believe.
Okay.
Yes, it is. If I remember correctly, it is supposed to be simulcast on Hulu Plus.
Okay, thank God for that. I'm glad. Okay, never mind then. So it's not gonna be like JoJo Part 6. So
yeah,
it should be like a weekly thing, like everything else. Okay, that's a relief. But yeah, Bleach about to break the internet. I'm sure is either Bleach or Chainsaw Man's gonna break the internet. One of the two. We'll find out tomorrow, and then Tuesday we got Chainsaw Man. We'll find out who's gonna break the internet first. I have a feeling it might be I think both might just break in there. So you're probably gonna see Bleach trending tomorrow like crazy on social media. Then you'll see Chainsaw Man the next day follow suit.
Yeah.
But
it's gonna simulcast in the US on Hulu. Yeah.
Okay.
My bad.
But yeah, this is good. Well, is it? Well, the good news is that we're getting a simulcast. That's cool. But this could be bad news because people want to get it on Hulu, or they might not decide to do so. But there's other ways to find it, like what Isaac says. So I think this is still a good moment to have Bleach coming back after a super long hiatus. So that's
10 years,
my thoughts.
Pretty much. I
yeah,
think.
whole damn decade. Lou, what do you think about Bleach coming back and the Hulu Disney Plus thing?
Well, hey man, I'm gonna be honest. I did like Bleach. I always liked Bleach. I think that it's gonna be good. I remember I was watching that Anime House 6.
Oh yeah.
And they were like, "We back, baby." They was like, they were dancing about it. I can't remember because I stopped watching around the part where Ichigo became we found out his mom was a Quincy.
In the manga, yeah.
And then he was like half Quincy, half Soul Reaper. Then he was a demon or something. So that was about around the time. That was around the last part I remember. So I don't know where it's leaving off at. So could y'all help me? So it says Year War.
That's part. That's I think the earlier part of the 1,000-Year Blood War. But yes, this is going to start the whole. It's going to be the 1,000-Year Blood War. From it's going to finish that whole thing. So from what I get, it basically starts off with the Quincy's announcing their return in a certain way, because it starts off with just an uptick in hollows coming from Wekamundo.
Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be cool, man. It's gonna be good it's good for the universe, man. Bleach is coming back, so that's what's up.
Mm-hmm. So Abaddon made a comment.
Do y'all think Disney's gonna ruin it though, or is it gonna be like?
I don't think they can ruin this one, but now. Anything later, after Kubo dies, that they want to do this shit is gonna be screwed. I think.
Okay. You mean anything like after the story ends and all that? You think
after this blood war, after the 1,000-Year Blood War,
well, they should just leave it alone.
Not gonna.
I would hope they would just leave it alone.
They're not going to, just because I think I covered it a few months ago when Disney did that release and. Where they had Kubo drop one of an image of, you had an image of Loki and an image of Aizen, so it's gonna be some type of crossover.
Oh boy,
you can bet on it.
Oh boy. Okay. Meg, any thoughts on Bleach coming back and it being on Hulu and Disney Plus? What do you think?
I think it's a good step in the direction to follow through on. Your boy Ichigo. So yeah.
Okay. Lawrence, anything?
That's all I have for it.
Okay. Lawrence, anything?
No, I'm good.
Alrighty, moving right along then. Alright, so one of our main topics today was Deadpool 3. And we kind of recently mentioned it. So Deadpool 3 reveals release date and Hugh Jackman's Wolverine return. Actor Ryan Reynolds revealed the release date of Deadpool 3 with the shocking announcement that Hugh is once again playing Wolverine. The official date and it's surprising, so it says that the Deadpool 3 comes out on September 6th, 2024. Of course, I mean, it could always change in the future, so let's not get too, excited about that. But Hugh Jackman's definitely in Deadpool 3. Honestly, I kind of wish that he was just done after Logan. I didn't want him to come back. I thought maybe they would do like a reboot with Wolverine in the MCU and then that be the way. But maybe they're still gonna do that because now this is the multiverse, so there could be tons of Wolverines that exist. So maybe they're still planning on doing that. But I don't really see I think like Logan ended I think it ended his career as Wolverine in my opinion. I thought that was a great way to end it. I don't see why he's going back into it. Obviously for money, I get that, but I don't see how this makes any sense. But I guess we're gonna find out when the movie comes out. That's kind of my thoughts on it. But it was a big one of our big headlines for this episode. Lawrence, what do you think about this? And I want to see what your thoughts are.
Well, as far as Hugh Jackman, I mean, he was going to come back if they asked. I mean, there's a
Yeah,
big
of
difference
course.
between
Marvel and Disney.
there's a
Yeah.
big there's a big difference between Sony money and Disney money.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so that's number one. The second thing is that it's possible to bring him back, even though the way Logan ended, because you have to remember Logan is supposed to be in the future.
Oh,
Logan
okay,
wasn't
true.
based on, yeah, Logan wasn't based on present day, so he can come back now in Deadpool, and Logan would still stand solid because that's a future storyline. Um, Now the question is, should he have come back? I don't think he should have, personally speaking, and I think as far as it goes for bringing the X-Men into the MCU, they should have started it off with just the regular X-Men, and Wolverine would have showed up maybe two or three, second or third movie in. That's my opinion. But I just hope they don't make it a silly buddy flick.
Oh yeah.
Because Wolverine is a serious character and Deadpool is a goofy character.
Yeah, I think they tried to do that with Cable and Deadpool, but I don't know if it really worked out that well in Deadpool 2.
Yeah, it was so to me. But that's really all I got, unless somebody else has got something to add that would spark something in my head. But that's really all I got on that.
Lou, what do you think about Deadpool 3 and Hugh Jackman coming back?
I agree with you, man. I thought Hugh Jackman was done. I mean, it's like, come on, bro. Like, I'm just, I thought it was done too. I mean, make some room for somebody else, dog. Like, you've been having the role for the last 20 years. Like, move over, bro. Like, we gotta have. It's about time for a new Wolverine. I thought with Logan, he was sent off properly, and now it's like, it's like it's like you Indian giving. You won. You was out the game. Now you back. Now I don't know, man. I'm with you on that. I thought it was gonna be over with.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
It's for you, Lou, or anybody else who could ask it. I just remembered something. Didn't Jackman say he didn't want to come back because the damage that was being done to his body going up and down?
Yeah, because remember he had to keep. I think they said there was speculation he was taking steroids too. That was speculation.
I can see that.
I don't know about that, but I do know he had said something about not wanting to come back because it was doing that much damage to his body with the exercise, the training, the stunts, and all that good stuff. Because that's how we lost Brandon Fraser. That's why he vanished after all that mummy stuff, man. He tore his body up.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm with you on that. It's like he retired and now he's back. Like that's
Brandon Fraser.
That's the dude from the Mummy Returns. He got real fat too.
Oh yeah, wait. Didn't he do a recent movie that did like big in festivals or something?
Whale.
Yeah, I heard it's coming out later this year, right? December, I
think. He's everywhere he goes. He's been getting standing ovations for it.
I gotta watch that, man. I heard good things about that one.
Yeah, I did too.
Go ahead, Luke.
But the point I was making is that I asked about that to make sure I had it right, because that kind of feeds back into what I said initially about Sony money versus Disney money.
Oh, you saying you saying the check was right? The check was right.
Disney money will make you show up, because here's the math: if Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, and the rest of them got top dollar the way they did, to be sure, Hugh Jackman's Wolverine is infinitely more popular than them, so he can write his own check.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true.
That's true. Wolverine is way bigger than damn Thor. I mean,
yeah, I think the top three in Marvel is like Spider-Man, Wolverine, and maybe 3 is Iron Man.
Iron Man is number 3. But like I said, even Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man does not compare to 20 years of Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Everybody's crazy for Wolverine, whether you like the thing or not.
That's what
he can come in and literally write his own check and make some serious cash. And like I said, what Sony could offer him at $5 million, I'm pretty sure Disney can offer him at 20
or 30 or 40.
Yeah,
I mean, you're not wrong. Yeah, you're right. I mean, from a monetary perspective, yeah, get your money, right? Like I said, I thought he was done. I thought he was about to pass the torch to one of these new up and coming guys coming to be Wolverine, but I guess he's not ready to go. That's all I gotta say on that.
All right. What do you think of Mega about Deadpool 3?
I'm super excited for it. I'm glad they took. It seemed like something that they just took a lot of time on. They like Ryan Reynolds itself is very like it. It's amazing to see that actor is this like excited about this character. Like it definitely had to be one of his favorites. But Hugh Jackman coming out of retirement to do this is interesting. It may be just something the actor's seen that could be profitable. Everybody wanted to see it, and sure, I'll do it. But I kid you not. I bet you after this, he is going right back into musicals. He's going right back into theater because that's where he wants to be. So
I don't know, because if you can see the chat, Abaddon brought up a really good point. He might be getting points on the back end like RDJ. And if he's getting points on the back end, think about it. The same way RDJ's Iron Man became the lead for that section of the universe with the Avengers, Jackman coming back, getting points on the back end, and staying to be the lead that brings the X-Men into that section, he can make buck.
Yeah, that's buku. That's buku.
But he's been in the game for too long, though. That's my thing. We need some new blood with Wolverine, though. Like a different.
Yeah.
Like I like. He's not a bad Wolverine, but I've seen enough, man. Like, come on, you gotta pass the torch, man.
Because think about it. We only had Iron Man for what, 10 years, 12.
We had Iron Man for almost 20. Actually, we had him for 21.
It was like well.
But yeah, because the last Avengers movie was
Iron Man started in 08, right?
In 08, and the last Avengers movie was 2019. That's 11 years.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. So, but Hugh Jackman had it for 20 since the 2000.
But you know what's funny? Hugh Jackman is younger than RDJ.
Oh, okay.
RDJ is pushing towards his 60s. Hugh Jackman, I believe, is still in his 40s.
Okay.
But you know what? But also though too, Hugh Jackman had more standalone films.
Yeah.
True.
You know what they may do with him though? I could see maybe like an old Logan, but I don't know if they just did that, so I don't know if they would do that again with Hugh.
Okay. And I stand corrected. Hugh Jackman's 53. My bad.
Okay.
So he'll be 54 in a couple of days.
See what I'm talking about? Versus like getting like like a fresh like 20-something, 30-something actor, like
like that dude from Cobra Kai, the dude who played Robbie. He could play Wolverine. I could see him playing Wolverine.
Oh, okay. The guy who's basically the rival from the dude who's doing the Blue Beetle. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, Johnny Lawrence's son.
Oh, okay, that guy. Okay, got it. Yeah.
And did you see what Abaddon put in there? RDJ took $500,000 for Iron Man 2, and on the back end points, he made $100 million. That might be what Hugh Jackman's doing. Because I'm telling you, if RDJ made $100 million on the back end for the films, he's also making money off DVDs every time it comes on regular TV for syndication and the whole 9 yards. That might be what he's doing. He might be coming back to get that check.
But here's the other thing. Look,
go ahead, Eisen.
You can hang it up when you got these established older guys like Hugh Jackman. Man, they ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, they're not giving it up.
It's not just that they're not giving it up.
The money's too good.
They don't want to give them up either. It's a two-way thing. They don't want to give them up either. Hollywood, we all know it. It's the in club thing.
Well, to be fair, Eisen, hold on. I got some pushback on that. I didn't think they would ever do another Spider-Man. I thought Tobey Maguire was cemented as Spider-Man, and I was greatly mistaken after that. You know what I'm saying? So I see what you're saying, but I never thought they'd recast Spider-Man ever again. I thought they'd always be Tobey Maguire.
Man, look, I'm glad they did. But anyways, but I mean, that's the. But Tobey Maguire ain't he ain't Hugh Jackman.
But can I ask you something, Eisen?
Yes.
And I'm trying to make sure I understand where you're going. So, taking Hugh Jackman for example, He's not. You're saying he's not going to give it up. Could that be because he knows that? And I'm not trying to be rude to him. I'm not. I like Hugh Jackman. I really do. But in the full scheme of things, that's his real claim to fame. All the other stuff he's done, is not really done well in the movies. And he's predominantly on Broadway. So could that be why? Because that's his claim.
I'm also saying that they don't want him to give it up either at the same time.
Oh yeah, because he can bring money. Oh, he can bring box office. Yeah, as Wolverine, he can bring box office. Yeah.
Yes, they don't want him to give it up as much as he probably doesn't want to give it up. I mean, he's been in other good movies, but I think the thing is that he's not that star in those movies, even though he played a good role. I mean, when I think about Swordfish, but I mean, when you think about that movie, everybody thinks about Travolta.
Who the fuck
not him.
Actually, no. With all due respect, no, they don't. They think about Halle Berry.
I think you're gonna say Halle Berry.
But I mean, it's not my case.
Other than her getting paid $250,000 to show her tits, they think of John Travolta.
That's fair. That's fair.
So,
That's
quick question: when Bendon says points, he means like stock and all that shit. Is that what he's talking about with points?
It's like percentages.
Ticket sales.
Oh,
so
okay,
like one
everything you can make off the back end, man.
Exactly. So
1% of 1 point.
Yeah. So it would start with ticket sales, then it would follow into streaming,
merchandise.
Then it would follow into merchandise. It would follow into DVD sales. I mean, Downey Jr. is going to be paid for a while.
Yeah. Okay, I got it. So I get, but you made a good point. That is like his big bread and butter from his resume of movies. I mean, it is Wolverine. I mean, we can't even. There's really no cap on that. That is like his whole resume represents that thing. So maybe he's just he wants to just get on that final ship and just sail it to Disney and MCU. So I guess that does make sense.
And like I said, his other work is good. It's just that what he's known for is Wolverine.
He will always be known for that.
Right.
And I guess
Robert Downey Jr. will always be known for Iron Man.
It's no different than William Shatner. No matter what he does, he will always be Captain Kirk.
James T. Kirk.
Same with Patrick Stewart. He'll always be Professor Xavier to me.
Well, actually, no, he'll always be Jean-Luc Picard.
He's got
he'll be Picard. Picard.
I said to me.
Yeah, I know, but he'll be Picard first and Xavier after. That's how he's gonna be remembered.
Yeah, he's different in the sense he's got two.
Yeah,
he really does have two. You can't get away from.
But we just said the Tobey Maguire thing. Though I was just like he was Spider-Man forever. Like when you thought of Spider-Man, you thought of Tobey Maguire, and it ended up changing twice. So I was just saying, they can change. They can make a change.
Same thing happened to Christian Bale's Batman. We never knew there'd be another. Well, maybe we did know, but like who was going to take over Batman?
Oh right, yeah, we thought Dark Knight. Yeah, we thought Christian Bale. He had it in the bag. Like never touch it again, right?
Yeah. Heath Ledger. That's just even worse. God damn. Yeah. R.I.P.
Well, I mean, the thing with Heath Ledger that was eventually going to have to be another Joker. I mean, it was inevitable. Yeah, because he died and all that. Even though film-wise, yes, he's had the best.
And Death Thresher has a good point. Like getting a Marvel role, I mean, in 2022, like you cannot. If you don't take that offer, you're like dropping a big bag, like a multi-year, multi-phase bag. Like you can't even.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a risk to your whole career if you drop a Marvel role.
Well, let me ask you a question about that then. In all fairness, and before we go any further, let me just say you can ignore the rest of my articles at the same time, because I'm enjoying this. No, because I'm enjoying this conversation. So you can ignore mine. So what you just said, how is it really generational wealth when we've already established since the original crew finished with Endgame, no movie after that has succeeded on the level of the ones prior?
Watch this. Because it does not matter. People are still going to go. You had people go to Eternals. You had people going to trash movies. Because it is MC Universe, they're going to go. It's the same with Star Wars.
Well, I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that at all. That's not even where I'm going. I get that. Okay. People will always show up. That's just the way it is. What I'm saying is there's a difference between people showing up for $400 million for Eternals and people showing up for $2.5 billion for Avengers Endgame.
Yeah,
it don't matter.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
one word. Hope.
Oh man, he said
hope.
Yeah.
I hope that you're gonna get it again, and you never will. But anyway,
I would say that if you're gonna be cast as a character that's like a important character that, you know, if Disney and Marvel give you a deal that your character's gonna be in at least 4 to 5 or at least 4 to 5 movies from now, I mean that's generally a huge bag for that's the general wealth we're talking about, where you're gonna appear 5 times and those 5 movies take years to make. Don't forget that. So.
No. And again, I agree with that. But at the end of the day, are you gonna get wealthy? Yes,
hell yeah.
Of course, because you're gonna get paid. But I don't think anybody from here on out is gonna make the level of wealth that the first crew did. I just don't see it because the sales are not there for tickets, merchandising, or anything like that. I mean, it's there. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's still happening, but it's not happening on the level that the first crew did from 2008 to 2019. It's just not.
It don't matter. It don't matter, Lawrence. I mean, you going through it with Star Trek. Ain't nobody gonna stop.
But I mean, I get what you're saying. A little bit.
No, I'm not talking about people stopping. I'm not talking about people stopping.
Yeah, he says.
I'm sorry. So
yeah, you're just saying. Yeah, I agree that I don't know if we're gonna get another like first 10 years of MCU like we did the first time. Like it's gonna take a lot of effort to repeat that. I don't know. It may not even happen again. So I get that. Like there's no guarantee of the first 10 years of MCU happening ever again. You know, so I get that.
Right. That's the point I'm trying to make because
I get what you're saying.
Because the first 10 years, like I said, you add all those up, man, you're talking about double digits, billions of dollars. Now we're talking about from the Eternals when it came out, what was it, last year or the year before? And then we calculate 10 years from that time Eternals showed up. This next 10 years is not going to make the same amount of money the first 10 years did. I'm not saying it won't make money. I'm just saying it won't be the same as the first 10.
I get what you're saying. I know what the strategy is. Yeah. What else are y'all gonna watch? What else are y'all gonna look at?
And that's my problem. And that's my problem. That's what I was kind of getting at earlier. That's the whole keep it safe, play safe. Everybody knows Hugh Jackman. We're not gonna, try to move it too much. But we saw Spider-Man. We saw Tom Holland came in and crushed it.
Yep,
just dominated. So I'm just like, I mean, I rock with Hugh Jackman. Don't get me wrong. And get your money. I'm not hating it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, I don't know. It might be time to just pass the torch.
My bad.
Death Race just said Terrace is punching the wall. Yeah, man. Poor Terrace.
Yeah, he is.
Because
my bad.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hold on. What was that, Eisen?
I was just gonna say my bad. My whole thing about what else are you gonna watch wasn't so much that as it is everything you're gonna get entertainment wise is trash. Come on to the trash you know and love.
Okay, so to add on to add on to Isaac's point though, I agree because and added to you, Lawrence says, like you said, like we're not gonna get another 10 years of MCU, but the problem is that look at what's happening with the current MCU movies versus there's literally no competition. Like look at what the fuck Sony's doing. Morbius,
But that goes back to what Eisen was saying earlier when he made the comparison with us with Star Trek and Star Wars. So what we're really talking about here is that they'll give us crappy content showing somebody we like from an old show. So we're doing the nostalgia thing. They're using nostalgia to get us to come in and buy stuff. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And nostalgia's cool sometimes in cameo retrospects, right? When it's a cameo, but like sometimes it get old. It's like sometimes it's like, come on.
That's true. It don't work. Yeah. Look what happened to Keanu Reeves. What's that funny movie he did? The third sequel, or whatever, that wasn't needed.
Bill and Ted's.
Yeah, that shit tanked, didn't it? I didn't hear anyone say
what?
I don't know what it did. I know I didn't go see it.
That third one.
That last Bill and Ted, they did.
Yeah, Bill and Ted, whatever that shit was.
Oh, I thought you were gonna bring up that last Matrix thing.
Oh God, yeah, that's
Lawrence. No, hey, look, that does not exist. We are not talking about.
No, it exists.
I'm with you on it.
Oh man, that was bad. All right, Omega. Anything? I don't think we got to you. Anything?
I don't have any.
Okay. Well, you got your next article though on esports. Go ahead.
Yeah. So EU resolution calls for investment in video games and esports. So the European Parliament, and this is hilarious, the name of their committee is the I'm messing up. Committee on Culture and Education. So the acronym is CULT. CULT. So unanimously, they adopted a resolution that proposes a vote on whether or not European Union should develop a long-term video game strategy. This legislation could fundamentally, just tongue-tied that one, fundamentally change the future of video games and esport industries on the continent. So basically what we may see is something similar to a global competition, of course. I mean, we already have that definitely going on within like places like Hong Kong, you know, like the Europeans, Americans, even Mexico. Like the esports thing is going the distance to kind of involving nations into these events. So I mean, they see there's a lucrative dollar to be made, of course, in esports. So yeah, we also have the video games and soft power. So MEPs of Cult, including Committee Rapporteur Lawrence Ferrain of France, stressed that both video games and esports had the potential to contribute to EU soft power. The resolution supported several initiatives to preserve, showcase, and promote European values, history, and diversity. So not only that, but they see this as a good way to show what the EU has to offer, as far as not only video games, but also their different historical innovations. I mean, even if you look at certain backgrounds in video games, they don't always just use like American style skyscrapers, or you know, they take influences, of course, from different building structures and whatnot. So I think this what gripped me the most was the effort by the EU and Saudi Arabia. 38 billion investment plan shows that the governments around the world are recognizing economic, social, and cultural value of the video game industry. This, I believe, is a very good step for people that don't enjoy video games, and also bringing it more as a broader aspect into the life of the industry. So, yeah.
Okay. You know, I do think that esports is definitely. I agree. The esports is definitely growing. You know, but I don't know if it's gonna have enough like people that actually live solely and rely on esports, kind of like a Justin Wong. You know, like I don't know if it's ever gonna get to the point where a high percentage of people are gonna be able to just do it full time like that. And shit, right. I don't even know if Justin Wong does it full. Maybe he does other stuff on the side. You never know, but. It is cool to see other nations and groups recognizing, you know, they can monetize, you know, gaming and esports and make a profit off it, you know. And don't forget, I mean, the gaming industry, you know, there's still it's basically tech if you think about it, because you could, you know, there's still all the work behind the games anyway. So, yeah, go ahead.
Can I touch? You know, this is actually pretty cool. I don't know if I ever told y'all this, but I actually did Major League Gaming when I was in high school.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I did. We did Gears of War. I never got ranked in Halo, but I did in Gears of War. We went to MLG Dallas, and it was pretty tight, man. Gilbert Arenas was there because he was sponsoring this team called Final Boss, and I don't know if you guys ever heard it. You guys ever heard of that? You guys heard of Final Boss and Halo? But anyway,
not going on. No.
Yeah, and even back then, man, I don't know. It's like I'm with you. Soul at the same. I'm glad people were getting esports, but I don't think I don't know, man, because I think I'm trying to see how it could galvanize people, kind of how like basketball and football does. You know how you got like I guess because you have like a cities that are like backing these teams and stuff like that. So I'm trying to see like how they could market it and get it, because like you said, these Twitch streamers, that's like their personal persona, right? Like they're people like them because they're good at the game, and it's like their personality. So that's why they get so much money. But when you talk about like esports, see, a problem that we were having in esports is that one, the creators would make a whole new game, right? Or then they would just not make another game. So that whole industry, like that whole division would be gone. Like Rainbow Six was on the circuit, but then they stopped making Rainbow Six. So everybody who's a Rainbow Six guy had to find another game. Halo, yeah, Bungie left Microsoft. So, so the next Halo they made was garbage. So that came off the circuit. Then everybody wanted to be like Call of Duty. So then it just became like Call of Duty. Then you had the League of Legends, and that was kind of like more international per se. And then if you weren't really on PC like that, you were kind of X out of it. So it's just so many like moving parts for esports, because you know what I'm saying? Because it's so many games, so many different demographics. Because you got Evo with the fighting games.
Yep.
People, that's still pretty popular, but it's not like. But it's so niche, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Evo is so like fighting games are so niche.
Yeah, and you had some great points, by the way. I mean, great points. Because like, if you're in esports, maybe in like Madden or like FIFA, those type of sports games, you're pretty much good because they do it a yearly release. NBA 2K, of course, games like that, you're pretty much solid. Fighting games, you're pretty much good because they. Like Street Fighter 6 beta just came out this weekend. All the pro players are playing it right now on Twitch and everything. So they constantly have to release games, at least fast, because you don't want to just, the community and the pro players have to keep up with everything. So you can't just drop Street Fighter and then not release it after years and years and years, like the Mortal Kombats and stuff like that. But yeah, if you have a game or a series of games that just fucking Ubisoft, right? Ubisoft's a good example. Like their games just be sucking, like.
Right.
What's that? Ghost Recon, right? Like if you're like a Ghost Recon eastward, like that, Ghost Recon's gone, dude. Ghost Recon's compromised.
Yeah, exactly. Same facts. And
so
I don't even think.
So then, what you said, bro? So then you're probably going back to Call of Duty or Battlefield or something like that. But and then another thing too, right? It's like the scene, right? Like if you're gonna do esports, you might have to be in like California or like big state like California or something.
Yeah, because we had to go to because like how the MLG had it, every location it was MLG Dallas, MLG Chicago, MLG Ontario, MLG. I think New York had one, but I was like in the early days. And I don't know why they stopped doing it. I don't know why they stopped going to New York, but they did. And like Los Angeles. And you're right. You're gonna have to be in like a hub.
Yeah, you can't be in like Arkansas, bro. Like you can't be in Arkansas.
Right, or Mississippi. You're gonna have to take a trip.
You gotta go to Cali, bro. Cali, Texas, some big spot. So good point. Eisen, anything on this one?
Yeah, there's two things to take away from it. I think that everyone's missing. Everybody, the focus was on esports when everybody was talking. The only they're making an investment into it. Period. It's because it said video games in the title. The only reason why they're doing such is because they see a benefit in some tax money that they can get. The governments are looking to get paid off this. You got to think there's money to be made in things that guys want to spend money on.
Yep.
Yeah. That's the first thing. Next. The committee that's behind it is codenamed COLLAB. Yeah, right. If this ain't the greatest troll ever, you can't tell me. Hey, look, they see video gamers as a freaking cult.
That's a good point.
Come on, they are not slick with this shit. I peep it out a mile away. So yes, basically what they're letting it be known is we are going to make a bag off you cult people.
Yeah, that's a good point. Lawrence, anything? Any thoughts?
Yeah, actually, two or three. Actually, two questions and a statement. First, the statement.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like this dude, Lou. He coming up in here. He's being all knowledgeable. He's being cool and smooth. You gotta go, bro. You gotta go. You just gotta go. I can't do this. No, seriously though. I guess for me, because like we all know, I'm not really a gamer. So I'm looking at this from a business perspective. Wouldn't it be odd for a government passing a resolution to have investors invest in video games and esports? Could this not like lead to a monopoly?
Yes.
Where suddenly governments now control, gaming platforms or contests or stuff like that. Because going back to something somebody said, and I'm sorry, I forgot who it was, about whatever men are into, the government wants to get their taxes. I think that was Eisen.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The thing, and he's dead right, because the largest tax contributors in any country are men. So if you could find a way to get your hands into something that men are spending a lot of money on, because not to go sideways, but we're definitely not spending them on women anymore. So where do you go next? You go to what we do, which is gaming. I mean, there's more money spent on gaming by men, followed by anime, followed by manga. So all that is technically outside stuff. It's the vast majority of those three things that I picked are outside. They're not U.S. They're generally from Korea, Japan. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. But I would worry about it becoming a monopoly and investors having control over everything. That's the way I would see it.
Okay.
I said, why would a federal government agency have to pass a resolution for private sector? But what is that about?
And the agency is code name cult.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Because like I said, I mean, not trying to be funny, but do we need Biden to pass a resolution to tell people to invest in gaming? No. What for? Why would the government even be interested in passing something like that?
And I'm gonna
so to me, there's something hidden underneath all that.
And I'm, and this little comment about the fighting game community. The players I see on YouTube, man, they don't have houses or anything, so I don't know like how, if they're like using the the tournament and being a pro player to actually survive. Like, I think they're relying on other sources and then just using this on side thing.
It's probably like maybe just like, because I mean, after a while it was niche, but the top people can pretty much survive off of it. But like it's got to be like too early in the
they have sponsors
in the world to be like
like I said, for me, that's not even my concern. Like I said, when government inserts itself into something private,
you're like,
it's one step before they start deciding how to regulate it and control it. Because like I said, you don't need a government resolution to tell investors to invest in video games. It's already being done. Why would you need to do that?
Yeah, I agree with you and Eisen on that. Like, when it's the people are doing it, it's way better. And I think it's probably going to be a detriment.
Yeah, I mean, there's just something wrong. Like I said, if there weren't investors already doing it, you wouldn't have all the games you have already. So why do you need a government resolution to tell people to do it? Hey. I mean, that doesn't make sense. I mean, you understand what I'm saying?
Hey, 38 billion. So it's like you really trying to push out the best of what your continent has to offer. So
look, just sit back and watch. Hey, it's gonna be a government ran. Well, not just a cult, but force-fed alphabet cereal. Go ahead, Soul.
Oh,
all right, man. So, all right, now we're getting down to the rapid fire. We're gonna be really quick on these ones. I got a few more stuff. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff, but we covered almost everything. We're almost done here. So, rapid fire. So, Black Clover anime film unveils title, trailer cast, March 31st premiere. So Black Clover, The Sword of the Wizard King, will debut worldwide on Netflix and opens in theaters in Japan on March 31st of next year. Netflix began streaming an English sub trailer on YouTube. The film's website and official Twitter account also unveiled a visual and new cast member. So we're getting some more Black Clover content. It's been a while since the anime came out, which I think was like 2018 or something, maybe. But it's been a hot minute. Oh, there we go. This is premiered in 2017. Yeah, 51 episodes and continued into a new season. Episode 52 in 2018 continued again, and new season 2019. So it's been a while since we've had Black Clover. So I'm definitely gonna check it out, and that's coming out next year. Any quick thoughts on that, Lou? Anyone? Go ahead, rapid fire. If not, we can just.
Hopefully Netflix doesn't ruin it. That's it.
Yeah, that's true. Good point.
Same here. I never seen it. Yeah. That's all I got. Yeah.
Oh wait,
I got.
Isaac, you never saw Black Clover?
No, never looked at it.
Okay, interesting.
That's my answer as well.
Well, if you like Bleach, then you probably like Black Clover, Isaac.
Cool.
All right, Omega, anything from you?
I enjoyed the first. I haven't finished the season, but Black Clover was pretty good. I like the 2 episodes that I got to actually check it out. So, but yeah, I think it's just if they don't mess it up, then it should be alright.
I agree. Alrighty, next up. So Crystal Dynamics is asking fans if they like a new Legacy of Kain game. So Crystal Dynamics has released a survey asking fans if they'd like to see a return of the Legacy of Kain franchise. As reported by Eurogamer, the survey poses several questions that show the Tomb Raider and Deus Ex developer is at least thinking about a potential return for the beloved long dormant series. So I've never played Legacy of Kain. I've heard of it. I think it was on a PlayStation and PlayStation 2, I believe. Old school game.
It was on. I don't know if I think what Soul Reaver started off. I can't remember if that was 64 or GameCube, but yeah, they were pretty fun. So it's been a long time. So
yeah,
cool.
So what do y'all think? You think it's this game needs to return back, get rebooted?
I think it needs a return.
I like it.
Definitely with the graphics. I really enjoyed the original Legacy game, and Soul Reaver was actually good too. So I think this is a series that definitely a lot of fans are gonna just say, "Hell yeah, do it!" You know, pretty good damn vampire video game.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, we don't really have a good solid vampire good game. There was that one game. Forgot what it was called. Vampire.
Vampire.
Yeah.
Vampire was really good to me.
It wasn't bad, but shit, that shit was depressing, man. God damn, that game was depressing.
Yeah, the depressing part.
I had to mute that game when I was playing that shit. Jesus. What'd you say, Lou? Sorry.
No, I was just agree. I was saying I think it'll be good because it's probably old enough to where the new gamers will be able to be introduced to it, and then older gamers who already knew about it can probably enjoy a reboot.
Yeah, that's a good point. Good point. Alrighty, moving along. Next up, so Nintendo released their Super Mario Bros. Movie trailer animated film. So Mario will be played by Chris Pratt, who did Star-Lord from the Guardians of the Galaxy and other films, and he's going to be the main voice actor in this movie. The movie opens on April 17 in North America. When they did a presentation of this on the Nintendo YouTube channel, dude, there was literally hundreds and thousands of viewers watching this direct to see the trailer. It was people are really hyped. Obviously Mario Bros is a classic IP from Nintendo. They've been releasing games for decades, and now they have a animated movie. Honestly, I think this is gonna be, if they do it right, this could be just like Sonic the Hedgehog, where you have an IP from a video game and actually make it good. It could do wonders, but hopefully they don't copy this. Whatever happens to this movie doesn't copy what happened to Buzz Lightyear, because people did not like Buzz Lightyear that much, surprisingly. They said people even didn't really stream it on Disney Plus. But any quick thoughts on the Super Mario Bros. Movie coming out? Any thoughts? Quick thoughts?
Yeah, real quick. I just wonder if they're gonna dive into how in the hell Peach ends up her ass off in Bowser's castle every damn time. What the hell is going on? But
Jesus, whoa.
But now, I think being it's animated, it's got potential. If it was live action, I would not
hell
give
no.
it the time of
Yeah,
day.
like that old movie. That old
Dude, it was terrible with John Leguizamo. Yeah, that was horrible.
Yeah, that was bad.
So yeah, I'm interested to see kind of what they do with this one.
Okay, anyone else?
I saw the trailer. I liked it.
Yeah, it's not bad. I think I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah,
It
the
might be
trailer
good.
was pretty impressive. Like, and
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Asian Sum on this. I want to know, I mean, I know he's a bad boy, right? Bowser is a bad boy, and princesses be coming up missing. Their security is just terrible. Like the mushroom people just need to invest in the like Blackwater or something.
They need to invest in some guns.
Yeah, that too. They obviously the mushrooms that make you go big or strong ain't working. So
yeah, right. Death Racer. Go ahead, Lou. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say I agree with you. Like this could have the potential, like Sonic did, because Sonic was dope. Both of them. Yep. I love the movies. I'm with you on that. And two, I just want to say about the Buzz Lightyear thing. I think that people overestimate how popular he was.
I don't think that was it, to be honest with you. I think what it was is that they forgot the fundamentals of the character. Instead of focusing on what made Buzz Lightyear popular among kids and even a lot of adults, they threw out the window again for politics and ideology. We spent 2 decades not knowing or caring about Buzz Lightyear's sexual orientation. Why do we need it now?
But I'm saying though, like that wasn't marketed though, right? His sexuality, was that marketed?
I think one of the characters was, or was it? It's one of the side characters, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying like people didn't even know. People didn't even want to go see it. That's why I said they might have overestimated his popularity.
Well, I mean, they would have taken their kids to see it at least. But like I said, once they started doing that with the side characters or whoever it was, and that came out, people was like, "Oh, I'm out."
Okay, I see.
I mean, it's no different than Toy Story. Look, you can have all the characters in there you want to, but everybody only comes to see Buzz and Woody. Let's be real.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. When I saw
Mr. Potato Head,
Buzz was kind of. Go ahead, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, when I saw the trailer, man, I thought I was gonna be litty. But I'll be honest, I haven't clicked the play button on that movie yet. But go ahead, Lou.
That's all I was. I don't know. Buzz was kind of a narc. You know what I mean? I don't know if that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That maybe I'm using my own thing. I'm just projecting on everybody else. I don't know. I guess to me, wasn't that. I don't know. I see what you're saying. Though. He was a part of the Toy Story, but you know how people are good together. But when they got their own standalone,
yeah, I agree.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
I can see that. I can see that. That's a good point.
Moving right along. Next up, the Last of Us trailer for an HBO show. First full trailer.
I'm out.
It's coming out next year. Quick thoughts on the trailer of The Last of Us. What do y'all think? Quick thoughts. What do you think?
It's gonna be it's gonna be Last of Us 2. Never mind.
I mean,
I didn't actually play the game, so I'm like, okay, I'll just watch the show. That's my thing.
I played Last of Us. I think there was like a HD something remix, or it was a. I don't know. I just know the graphics were supposed to be better. So, but the story is amazing. I think. It's kind of hard to say because
the first one was amazing. The second was terrible.
Yeah. The first one was like definitely amazing.
Do you guys think the show is actually gonna like pull it off?
I think the show could pull it off if it did. Put it like this: if it don't do what Resident Evil did, like the
Oh
show
my
Resident
god, dude!
it will be good. You know, they can go in the direction of Walking Dead, though.
Okay,
so
yeah, true.
It's not happening.
You don't think so?
Nope, it's not. I would rather take a chance with gas station sushi.
Wow.
That's bad.
Yeah.
That's the
bad.
worst.
It's bad. It's bad.
Yeah.
What do you think, Lou, on this one? What do you think? You think they're gonna do good, or is this gonna be a hot trash or what?
Man, I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic, man. HBO. I don't know, man. They tend to do right by things, and they have they give people a lot of freedom, freedom of creativity.
Really? Really?
Wait, hold on.
Uh-oh.
Hey, didn't they give y'all the movie that I didn't even want to bring up a while ago?
Oh, yeah, Matrix.
Actually, I was gonna go the Matrix thing. Actually, I was gonna go one better. I said,
Trinity
they all for creativity and yada yada. Didn't they just with the people who made Batgirl say that?
Oh.
Wait, HBO made the Matrix 4?
Yes.
Yes, that's
Warner Brothers. Yeah, you're right.
Wait, no, it's not. It's Trinity movie featuring the Matrix.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, Trinity and the Matrix. That was the movie.
Well, yeah, you might be right. I want it to be good though.
Yeah, I do. I mean, because I didn't play the game, so I'm hoping it's good. Yeah.
Look. We didn't land.
Hopium. I got hopium.
We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us.
Y'all still got a lot of hope. Y'all still got a lot of hope. Y'all had it for Obi-Wan in the beginning when I told y'all this.
I did, and we did.
Told y'all.
Yeah, we did.
Hey, we did. Hey, me and Soul did want Obi-Wan to be so good. I did. I swear.
I came in for the last one with y'all, and I knew it was trash.
Yeah, it was a bad experience.
That Obi-Wan was garbage.
I don't even want to remember that shit, honestly.
Yeah, I've already deleted it from my memory.
Yeah.
You can hear the sorrow and soul.
I don't want to bring that show up ever again.
Yeah, that shit was.
That shit was stupid. Oh boy. All right.
Like man, you guys still got hope. I gave up on hope in like 2010, 2011. So, I've been off the plantation for a while. So.
All right. So next up, someone mentioned this in the chat. So yeah, this was going to be a headline, but then the other topics came through. So Marvel's Armor Wars upgraded from Disney series to feature film. So upcoming feature Armor Wars, originally planned at a 6-episode Disney show, is now reworked into a actual full-scale movie. As reported by THR, the project will retain its star, Don Cheadle, reprising his long-running role as Rhodes, aka War Machine, as well as his head writer, Yasir Lester. Although no release window for Armor Wars has been announced when the change was made, it's expected that it will not be pushed back in the Marvel slate of upcoming features. I'm not sure. Is this good news or bad news? What do y'all think? I don't know.
I was about to ask the exact same thing.
Too little, too late.
I honestly wanted a TV show. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't want a film. I wanted a TV show because
it would work. It would work better as a TV show.
But
yeah, because I don't have to lead. I don't have to lead a career.
Well, okay. Well, there goes Luke. But I'm talking about not She-Hulk format. I want like a 1 hour, like Falcon Winter Soldier type format. 1 hour or 50-minute episode each type. Like some lengthy shit. I don't want no stupid, She-Hulk. Well, here's 20 minutes, and then here's like 20-minute credits. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that shit.
It should be a 1 hour show over a 6 to 8 episode, like a mini series.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what it needs.
Now, it shouldn't be a movie because it's going to fail, and I don't mean that in a negative sense. What I'm saying is that if you make it a film, will it make money? Yes. Will it make Iron Man money? No. Because the first thing people are going to talk about is like, well, if it's Armor Wars, where's Robert Downey Jr.? Number two, Don Cheadle is going to be constantly compared for his performance in that suit to Robert Downey Jr.'s portrayal of somebody in that suit.
It's not going to be a fair comparison. It's not even
you know what? You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then on top of that, to add insult to injury for comic fans, it's not going to work well because the Armor Wars is based on Tony Stark, not James Rhodes.
Damn.
So that's why it should be a TV series in my opinion. If you're going to take that shot, take it, but it shouldn't be a theatrical release. It's just not going to land well.
You know what, Lawrence? I was about to disagree with you until that last part you said. Actually, I agree with the first point. I disagree with the second, but we 2 for 3 right now. I agree that it should be a TV series, like how they did the Falcon and Winter Soldier. And 2, you're right that I disagree because Iron Man's dead, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And what was your second?
Too little, too late.
Yeah, what was your second point again? Real quick, you said it was
the fact that the unfair comparison between James Rhodes and Tony Stark.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, I remember now. See, they said that was gonna be with Falcon becoming Captain America, and it actually was pretty good. Aaron Mackey still did a decent job.
But he had help though.
What?
He did have help. Winter Soldier was in it too. You're right. Yeah, he was in it.
Yeah, but listen to what I'm saying, Lou. I don't disagree with what you're saying. It was pretty good. But pretty good is not enough. Was it popular enough?
But
because that's going to be the real metric here. See, I guarantee you, Captain America and the Winter Soldier makes good TV, but I guarantee you, it wouldn't make good film. It wouldn't make the money.
It wouldn't, and that's why I agree with you on. That's why this should be a TV show. It's almost like this is like set up for failure. Low key,
and that's why I made that's why the last point I made was that you're gonna alienate not just the regular NPC people who just go to the movies for the sake of movies and they like the characters, but you're also gonna remove the actual fans of the characters from the comic aspect, because again, this is a Tony Stark story, not a James Rhodes story. And the whole point behind the actual story with Tony Stark is because somebody stole his technology and he had to create something new to fight it. James Rhodes is not that dude.
He stole the armor. Yeah. If something go wrong, you can't even fix it.
Yeah. I just want to say that I get all the points about losing this and losing that. But look, entertainment, the big guys in all of entertainment and theatrical releases and everything, they have taken the Vince McMahon model. Look, you don't know what you want. I'm gonna give you what you want.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you what you need. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what it is you'll like, and you're gonna love it. That is the model. That's the way it's gonna stick.
And it's funny. It's funny because from me and Eisen's perspective, we've already watched this happen with our own stuff. It was only a matter of time before it caught up to the MCU or MCU, however you're calling it.
And now it's catching up to anime. It's gonna get anime too.
Exactly. So Eisen and I have been watching this for 5 to 10 years with Star Trek and Star Wars.
Oh no,
that's how it, and maybe a little bit before that with a couple of other things. But we're literally watching it happen with the MCU. It's gonna be funny.
But my thing, who's asking for a Colonel Rhodes thing? Like,
you missing it. It's not about what you're asking for. It's about what we're gonna give you, and you're gonna love it.
I was just about to say, did you not hear what Eisen? I was just about to say, did you not hear what Eisen said before? You do not question us. We told you what it is. Accept it.
Yeah.
Right. No, that's exactly what it's like. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because y'all know, because I'm like Colonel Rhodes. I mean, he was so forgettable. Like outside of him getting his legs messed up in that Civil War on the movie. Like, I mean, he really had no real weight. Yeah. He was kind of annoying, actually, in Civil War, now that I think about it.
Right. When he's next to Stark and, like, Iron Man 2, okay, cool. But when he's by himself, it's just like, whatever. You know, that's kind of what it is.
Right.
Yeah. Because, I mean, to paraphrase, you alone nothing and be happy. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about here.
Alrighty. Moving right along. So, maybe bad news for some. Shenmue anime series seemingly canceled. Shenmue the animation debuted earlier this year has been canceled. The recent TV adaptation of Sega's cult classic has been canned ahead of a second season. The first season now being withdrawn from streaming services. it's thought that these removals are part of Warner Bros. Of course, Discovery's continuing cost-cutting measures, which has led to many cancellations, most notably for streaming movie Batgirl. So, you know what? I never watched Shenmue on Crunchyroll. I was just too busy. But I didn't hear anyone say anything bad about it though. So that sucks that it canceled.
Because nobody watched it.
I guess so.
Yeah, it must be it.
I don't know.
It must be it.
I guess I didn't see anyone say shit about it. I was like, what happened? I was like, okay. But any quick thoughts? Yeah, that's all I got for this one. Anyone? Quick thoughts?
Yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah, me either.
I got nothing.
Yeah, I don't think we need anything. It went under the radar.
It went under the radar, I guess.
Yeah, it really did. All right, next up. So, Onimusha anime. Netflix shares first look images. So Netflix has announced to reveal 5 images from an Onimusha anime based on the hit Capcom game series, revealed in a tweet from Netflix Anime. Below, to still show a handful of characters against a backdrop of Japan's Edo period. Anime is being created with 3D. Oh my god, no 3D CGI characters. Oh shit, and hand-drawn backgrounds. The series prompts us to give new life to the classic game series. Though this is bad news because of CGI, but Onimusha is one of the old school series, man. Back on the PS3, PS2 days, man. Dude, I wish they would make a new game. So when I saw this, I got kind of excited. But to hear that it's CGI, I don't know. That doesn't sound good to me. But I'm still gonna check it out. But any quick thoughts on this? Onimusha getting an anime. Any thoughts on that? I
got nothing.
Okay.
It's pretty bad they went the CGI route.
Yeah.
Because being samurai based, hell, you could even do live action, but
yeah, true. Yeah, even live action could work.
Yeah, live action could work.
Oh, shout out to
but it's shitflix, so what can you expect?
Ah, damn. Shout out to the Coon. Shout out to Supreme Team Coon and Timekeeper. What's going on? Anyone else? Any thoughts on this? And we'll move right along.
No, I don't have any.
No, I mean it's good to see that they brought back. I mean, Onimusha, all the games are just amazing.
Yeah,
the story was pretty good.
Totally agree. Alrighty, our final news for this episode. So, more Disney news. So, Disney probably wants 2 new Star Wars games per year. Trusted industry insider Tom claims Disney intends to ramp up production of Star Wars games with plans for 2 releases every year. I don't like the sound of this. Well, there's good and bad, because if you increase the production, increase the product, not every product's going to be good. And with Star Wars, it doesn't really have the best track record of good bad games. So we are getting Fallen Order's the sequel. We're getting that, so that should be good, hopefully. But Star Wars, it's just here and there. It's hit or miss when it comes to the game. So I don't know if 2 games per year is going to be a good idea. I think they should let's just do 1-to-1 and make sure each game, when it comes out is good, and then make another one. But 2 games, I feel like you're being kind of cocky, and it's like you don't really have the track record to be that way. But any quick thoughts on 2 years?
It's not cocky.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's not cocky. It's not cocky. It's desperation. If the movies aren't making money, the TV shows aren't making money, the merchandising is not making money. The only thing they got left is games, man. They got to give it to y'all.
Hey, you know what, Lawrence? What's funny is up until God dang, I can't stop laughing. Up until this last one, Star Wars, the only good games they had were KOTOR 1 and 2, the Jedi Knight Academy series, and then Star Wars the online game.
That's it?
That's it. Everything else has been trashed, especially all the ones by EA. Somehow that last one, they the Fallen Order, somehow they got it right. I was really hoping they would fuck up that way, they would lose everything, but somehow they got it right. I'm serious.
I feel like they got lucky.
It's funny you say that. Yeah, because it's funny you say that, because I heard that EA was really bad.
Oh yeah, that's terrible.
I just didn't know that they were making the bulk of the games. I didn't know that.
They have been out, man. They've been making games had a exclusive rights to it for over 10 years, wasn't it so?
Yep, they've been doing it for a while.
And making trash. The only game they made worth a damn was Fallen Order.
Yep.
Wow.
Recently. I don't know if
well, no, that's the only game they made that was worth a damn.
Yeah, okay, you're not gonna mention Battlefront 2, which people claim was good or whatever.
Man, look, Batman, look. That shit is nostalgia. That shit wasn't no damn good.
Yeah, I never even played it. Battlefront. I never played it.
Yeah.
But
I heard a lot of people always talking about it.
Anyone else on this one releasing 2?
Yeah, I do. So they said 2 every year, so they doing like a 2K Madden type of
apparently
situation. I mean, in one breath, I'm just trying to look at every side. They
gotta get them billions back.
Disney did give us Kingdom of Hearts.
Okay, facts. Yeah,
that's one data point that they got.
Okay.
You know, they work with you. Didn't like Kingdom Hearts?
No, I'm laughing because that's it.
Yeah, you're right. That's it. That's all they got. I mean, they gave us Kingdom Hearts, but at the same time, they collaborated with Square Enix, so it's like it wasn't.
Yeah, that's Square Enix.
Right, it's really Square Enix. Yeah, they
really Disney marketing.
right. Disney name was just marketing name. So, oh man, and who's gonna do it? Is it? Did they say Disney and anybody else? Is EA gonna do it, or is LucasArts gonna do it?
EA is on the Survivor.
It says Disney.
Well, they just want it because they bought the rights.
Because I didn't know they had a gaming division to do AAA games. I didn't know Disney had that. Normally, they work with other people.
That's what's going on. That's what they do. But
so,
they own Star Wars, so
right.
You got to think, Lou. Look, they spent billions to buy that mug, and look, they ain't got nothing back because everything they've been doing has been trash except for the Mandalorian.
Okay, so
everything's been trash.
The journalist said that they speculate that it could be like a Mandalorian video game. That does make sense. Maybe a RPG classic. It says Knights of the Republic. Yeah, I see. KOTOR's definitely has to come back. You know, that's a fact. It has to come
I don't want it to, man.
I mean, if you don't fuck it up, I mean, it could be great.
It's gonna be fucked up, so come on now.
Nah, man.
Nah,
I guess I have
really
hope.
don't fuck up KOTOR. Like,
I got hope and shit.
With the graphics and stuff, I mean, all they gotta do is revamp the graphics. Don't touch it. Just
we're still supposed to get that remake, but I think it got delayed or something.
Yeah, look,
yeah.
You had people on development and writing team that didn't give a shit about the original too.
God,
that tells you all you need to know.
God damn it, Asian Summer. We know you playing Star Wars from the Super Nintendo.
No, only thing I'm playing only Star Wars I got what? Hey, I got the Old Republic. Hey, look, I got the Jedi Knight Academy. Yeah, the Jedi Knight shit, Fallen Order. And then the KOTORs, both of them.
Did you play Force Unleashed?
Ooh, the first one was good. The second one good.
Why is the first one was good, but the second one was just
because they added all that. They added too much.
They changed too much and added too much.
Yeah.
They did too much with the second one. The first one was lit.
The first one was lit.
I forgot about that one.
They said there was a Easter egg of Star Killer's armor in Andor. One of the episodes, actually, I think.
Oh wow.
Okay. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Though,
all y'all Disney minus niggas, check that out then.
Disney minus.
Hey, Andor's better than fucking Obi-Wan. I'll say that.
Man.
Is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it ain't bad, but people are kind of roasting it on the low, saying it's boring.
Yeah, but Obi-Wan is the bar is so low if you compare it to Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
But how do you guys feel like? How do you guys feel like the most latest Star Wars games that come out? Like the one is kind of almost like, I don't know. It seems like it's almost like what is that?
That Eclipse shit.
Yeah, you see.
Okay.
It's Clips. That's not coming out yet, though. I don't think.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be like that's like kind of like a like those.
Ain't it like a Souls game?
It's like interactive games, like with.
Heavy Rain.
Heavy Rain type game. Yeah. Yeah, like that. That could be
those
good.
decision-based games are kind of always fun. Like
they can work if done right. I mean, the Batman Telltale series is good.
Like if it does like some Jedi Sith shit, hell yeah, it'd be fun. But they
definitely
better not fuck it up. That's the problem, you know.
So so my thing is though, like I don't like they talking about 2 games every year because that's how you get saturated.
Yeah, and burnt
that's
out.
How you end up with you get burnt out when you release weak products and you got like 12 DLCs every month.
Yeah, Lou, you got to get it out there to make that $4 back, man. You got to get it out there to make that money back.
Right, and
4.5 bill.
Right, and then too, like I have to. I mean, whoever because we all know Disney don't make games like that. So whoever they working with, if they working with EA, it's a wrap. It's trash. If they do any of these games with EA or it's gonna have
other than Fallen Order sequels, it's trash.
It's risky.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so
and you still got to be skeptical on that. I mean,
they got lucky with
that might have been lightning striking once.
Because look what happened. Look what Square Enix did with Guardians of the Galaxy. That game was fun, but it didn't make money. People just forgot about it once it came out.
Damn, I didn't even realize they made a Guardian of the Galaxy.
See, there you go. It's fun, but it didn't make money.
Yeah, the marketing was bad, and some of the character designs were slightly off, enough that it was a little off-putting. But yeah, it should have made money. It really should have. But the release timing was off too.
Yeah,
they should have put that out like literally like barely 90 days to 6 months after the first movie. Or at the very least, if you had it ready, release it simultaneously with the second one.
Okay. Anyone else have any more comments on the 2 years Star Wars? Did we everyone get a turn?
Yeah, I spoke my.
Yeah.
I definitely said enough. My God.
All right, so that concludes our episode 22 of Otaku Jump Podcast. Like I said, we'll probably have in 2 weeks. Next episode will be October 23rd. We'll see you guys Sunday again. Like I said, you can watch the playback on Spotify, Google Podcast, Stitcher, and Anchor. Should have the audio format available tomorrow if you want to check that out, or you can check it out on the channel. Like I said, shout out to everyone in the chat. Be sure to like the video, subscribe, man, and we'll see you guys next time later this month. Peace out.
Yeah, this Citizen Lou dude, he gotta go.
Oh,
dominating the show and everything. I have a strongly worded email prepared. I'm just saying.
Hey, well, for one, I am glad that we have Citizen Lou here. So.
Oh yeah, man. He's a great
Thank you, Omega.
All right, man. Well, we'll see y'all next time.
Howard.
Peace out.
Peace out, everybody.
Let's just salute.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we all lived through the 70s, the clothes, the music, the heartwarming but rarely amusing Ziggy cartoons. Now, later, who are we to look at these two fine young men and say, "You there, I sit in judgment of you"?
Riddle me this.
But there could be more to the case than meets the eye.
Hadouken!
What are you going to do, Space Ghost?
I'm combining the stun ray with the force energy power.
Your soul is mine.
You seem to be well grounded in the case file, Detective.
Tyrannosaurus! The SoulProviderZ. Or the stone pudding or something. I mix up some herbs and I come up with a dandy glass of this bicarbonate of fig leaf.
Yoga range.
But there could be more to the case than meets the eye.
It's the big one.